throughout the Midwest and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright of the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
35 minutes away from kickoff here. As winner moves on, the loser, their season comes to an end.
First of all, let me say it's a beautiful night for football. No rain, no snow. We don't get that very often.
It's Class 3 District 4 semifinals action here on the Show Me Sports Network and Misha TV.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Welcome back to our Southern Boone County Eagles countdown to kickoff pregame show here on the Show Me Sports Network. We're joined by Southern Boone County Eagles football head coach Mark Ross. Coach Ross, thanks for joining us before tonight's game.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Well, last week your squad began postseason play with Class 3 District 4 quarterfinals action in front of a home crowd, hosting the California Pintos in a rematch from week 3 of the regular season. Your Eagles got the 34-21 victory. What were your thoughts on the game last week?
Yeah, we're really pleased with how everything turned out. Definitely felt like it was our most efficient week of the season offensively, really scoring on 4 of 7 drives, with 2 of those drives ending on a turnover on downs and a fumble, both in the red zone, which obviously you don't want to have, but we really felt like we were really efficient all night long. And the defense played really well. Kind of saw a lot of out of California that we expected, and, I thought the guys answered the call.
Well, as I said, it was a rematch of week 3, which was a 40-0 Southern Boone victory. But California was a much improved team from the last time you saw them.
Yeah, certainly. They were riding a 2-game winning streak, and, they really changed a lot of what they were doing offensively. So we kind of knew what to expect going into the game, and we're trying to make a lot of substitutions. They're late with about 3 minutes left when they scored their final touchdown, and also had a lot of guys injured on the sideline last week. So when you're making substitutions, sometimes you're getting into that 2/3s at that point. So ultimately, we felt like the game was a lot more out of reach than maybe the score indicates.
Well, as you mentioned, they were riding that 2-game win streak. We talked about it last week. Going into week 10, it really doesn't matter how you got there. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do in the season. It doesn't matter how you ended the regular season. What matters is how you play going forward.
Yeah, certainly. And they've been playing good ball and definitely carried over into Friday night. We were just happy to walk away with the win.
I know it's something that you've talked about to the squad as well about guaranteed time. It just has to come to an end, unfortunately. Not to take it for granted, but the squad showed up last week. They did work, and they got to put some more of those symbolic tokens back in.
Yeah, it's been nice to see some tokens going back into the jar and building that thing back up. And, definitely something we're continuing to talk about and preach. And so we're enjoying every extra day.
Well, last week, your Eagles wasted no time getting on the scoreboard. You guys started with the opening kick, manufactured a 10-play, 71-yard drive. That gave you the lead at 7-0.
Yeah, to come out and do that, we were trying to recall after the game if that was the first time we'd scored on an opening drive. We felt like it had been, but it's hard to remember now at this point of the season. We're really happy with the guys. Came out and the way they started the game.
Well, the Pintos would take their first drive. They would go 3 and out and punt it back to your squad. We had a feeling in the press box that there was some electricity in the air, which junior return man Hudson Talley must have also been feeling the same thing because he took that punt 45 yards to the house. That gave you guys the 14-0 lead. That was only about 5 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, and that was huge. Coach Johnson did a nice job of drawing that up and really saw something was going to be there in the return game. And we worked something different than we'd done all season long in that situation. And Hudson was able to take it to the house and definitely a huge play.
Well, that's one of those things, too, that, as the fan watching it, you see the touchdown, but you don't know the work that goes into that because it is something that was different than what we've seen the rest of the season. So to be able to, for the coaching staff to notice that, to put something in play, just, I think speaks volumes of the staff that you have on the squad to be able to look at that.
Yeah, certainly. These guys spend a lot of time watching film and preparing and do a really nice job every week. And so you're definitely happy moments like that, come to fruition, the hard work that they're putting in and the preparation that goes into it. You definitely love to see that.
Well, and I love, too, to see that the guys bought into it as well. It maybe wasn't a wholesale change, but something different than what's been the previous 9 weeks. And obviously they executed it to perfection and got a return for a touchdown.
And it was just great to see the kids just really go out and execute it and do their job, kind of see them excited about it, that, hey, it worked and all those things. It makes it really fun to watch.
Well, California, they took their next drive. That ended the first quarter and into the second quarter as they would score their first points on a 13-yard play drive. It wasn't a huge play here or there. It just was a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah, they were able to stay on schedule, the style of offense that they run, so critical. So it was just 3 yards at a time. That was definitely the big concern going into the game was clock management. We knew that they were going to be able to run some clock, and so every time we had the ball offensively, we felt like we needed to put points on the board. And really, I think that they did a great job of limiting the amount of offensive possessions we had, and that drive was a big example of it.
Well, last week, too, we know coming off the Blair Oaks game, there were some guys that were banged up, some guys that have never missed a single snap that didn't suit up for some various injuries. So it shows just how important that next man up mentality has been that we've had all season long. To say it's as big a time as any for that is probably an understatement for last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys stepping up and excited for their opportunity, and making the most of it. You take a guy like Hunter Ulrich, who, hasn't played the Mike linebacker position all season. Granted, he's been on the field, but he's in a totally different position, and then gets named our defensive player of the week last week. And, just things like that. Guys stepping into roles, awesome to see.
In the second quarter, both teams exchanged scores, but they also exchanged turnovers as well. How was that up and down momentum roller coaster on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think the guys did a really nice job of kind of keeping cool heads about it, just knowing that, hey, we can't have those things happen, and show back up on the next drive or the next play and go do their job. Because sometimes, it really can be a major roller coaster swing of momentum and all those things. But I thought the guys did a really nice job of handling that on Friday.
Well, going into the locker room, knowing that California got the ball to start the second half of play and your squad was only up 6 points, what were the conversations at halftime?
Yeah, it was just continue to do what we're doing, make an extra tackle here and there, things like that. We really didn't feel like we needed to make any changes. We were hopeful that we could kind of wear them out in the second half with using some tempo type stuff and those sorts of things. And definitely felt like it should have been more than that at half, but it wasn't. And the guys were keen to that. And they stayed locked into what they needed to do.
Well, that third quarter of play was over in the blink of an eye. There were just 3 possessions in total in that quarter. California got the ball first. They would end their 13-play drive with an interception to the defense. Your squad would ultimately turn it over after a 10-play drive with a fumble. And California would run 5 plays before the end of the quarter. Literally, like I said, you blink and it was over.
Yeah, and again, like that was them just staying on schedule offensively. That was something that we needed to do, is put them in a position to make them do things that they didn't want to do and make them uncomfortable, and that was throwing the ball, and we were able to force a turnover by doing that. So we knew that we needed to do a little bit more of that in the fourth quarter.
Well, the Pintos would get the ball to start that fourth quarter, have a 9-play drive that would stall out. That would give the ball back to your Southern Boone offense. That led to a 31-yard touchdown pass and catch. That was a fun play to call.
Yeah, definitely. Exciting to see that for the guys, and again, going out and executing and doing their assignment came at a huge moment in the game.
Well, there was a successful 2-point conversion. That would make it a 2-score game in favor of you guys. But knowing what we know about California, they just like to seem to hang around and not go quietly.
Yeah, they've got a great group of seniors, hard-nosed seniors. We knew they weren't going to lay down at any point, and you were going to get their best throughout the course of the game. So had to stay true to what we were doing to hold them off.
Well, over those next 3 drives after you scored, California would throw an interception. Your squad would turn it over on downs. Then California would fumble on their next possession. Senior Hunter Ulrich, he would be there not only to recover the fumble, but he would advance it 41 yards to the house. That made it a 20-point ball game at that point.
Yeah, huge moment. Obviously, fun to see that happen for Hunter and take it back to the house. Defensive touchdowns are hard to come by, and certainly an exciting moment for him and the rest of the guys.
Well, California would score late in the fourth quarter, but really all that did was just make it a 2-score ball game. Like you said, try to get some subs in there, some guys. Again, we've talked about all season, but just some valuable experience for them to get out there and have a chance to play.
Yeah, definitely. Want to give those guys every opportunity that we can, especially at this point in the season. All the hard work that goes into it that a lot of people don't see for those guys. And so to get guys some some opportunities is definitely huge.
Well, starting quarterback Mason Shear, he had a good night. He was 16 of 22 for 126 yards, had 2 touchdowns. He also rushed the ball 10 times for 90 yards as well, again showing he's got an arm, he's got some legs, he can do it both.
Yeah, continuing to get better every week and lead those guys offensively. Had a really nice night for us and just really proud of the things that he's doing.
Senior running back Travis Hunold, he had a big night as well. 92 yards on the ground on 19 carries, had the touchdown. He also had 3 receptions for 26 yards and 1 touchdown, again showing that he can take it upfield from the backfield or he can split out and has some good receiver hands as well.
Yeah, extremely diverse. A lot of times you're looking to get that running back out of the game when you go empty and those sorts of things, but he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything and really nice job.
Well, another night, too, is spreading out the wealth. 6 different ball carriers carried the ball. Again, it just shows, whoever you put back there, they find a way to churn up yards.
Yeah, just continuing to try and find ways to get our guys as many touches in space and let them go do their thing.
Well, senior Eli Piper, he had maybe not a huge night on stat-wise. He had 2 catches, 46 yards, had an amazing touchdown grab as well. But I got to say, he stood out to me, had some huge key blocks throughout the night as well. He was making his presence known for sure.
Yeah, and a guy that hasn't been playing football and to come in and step up the way that he has, he's just continually gotten better over the course of the year and really finding ways to go out and impact the game each and every week, and we're just really proud of that guy.
5 different Eagles were able to catch a pass. So, again, not only spreading the ball around on the ground game, but throwing it through the air to a wealth of guys.
Yeah, and that's Mason back there controlling that and doing a really nice job of spreading it out. We're not having those 100-yard receiving games by anyone, but when you can register 5 different guys with receptions, and sometimes it's 6, 7, that goes a long way. It definitely forces the defense to be a little bit more balanced.
Well, defensively, other than maybe a few penalties and giving up 21 points, they played a stellar game by far.
Yeah, continued with the physicality. Again, moving guys around different positions that maybe they haven't played a whole lot of, and guys stepping up and making plays. Definitely fun to watch.
They had another shutout quarter as well for the season. They garnered 2 more interceptions and the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Again, really just clicking as a unit.
Yeah, absolutely. Something you want to see out of your defense at this point in the season for sure.
Well, and I think it's a testament, too, to the organization with the list of guys who got in and got tackles. It really felt like it was a mile long this week.
Yeah, it really was. Again, the wealth is spread out there. Guys stepping up and answering the call and doing the things that they need to do to seize more opportunities on the field.
Well, taking a look at the other Class 3 District 4 quarterfinals action from last week, Booneville, the 2 seed, they had no problem getting past the number 7 seed Versailles 54-14. Knobnoster and Leeton, they were the 3 seed. They just edged Eldon, the 6 seed, 33-31. That means Booneville will host Knobnoster with Leeton in one of the Class 3 District 4 semifinals game. Because of the work done last week by your squad, they get to continue their season and they advance to the other Class 3 District 4 semifinals game. Of course, that road for the district championship passes through Blair Oaks in a rematch of the heavyweight bout from week 9. I think to say that the emotions, the feelings, the tempers, fill in the blank with whatever words you want, are running at an all-time high for the game tonight.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of things going around and things like that, but I think ultimately if you're at the game in week 9, you know that there was nothing going on in an ill nature or anything like that, and our guys are just focused on playing. There's no hard feelings on our end. Obviously we had quite a few guys get knocked out for the season in that game as well, and our guys are just excited to play football, and ultimately that's what it is. It's another night of playing football, and we're excited for the opportunity and the challenge ahead of us.
Have you talked at all about not letting some of those, you kind of alluded to, some of those feelings, some of those things that are going around, say, in the community, not letting those, factor in, or just letting it go and you leave it on the field?
Yeah, we haven't really spent a lot of time talking about that per se. We talk about within the program of not listening to the outside noise. Really the only thing that matters is what we believe in the locker room and the way that we play on Friday nights, and playing hard and physical and fast, ultimately controlling the things we can control. That's really what it boils down to. So our guys aren't focused on any of that outside noise. They're focused on the task at hand and want to put their best on the field.
Well, 2 weeks ago, your squad held the Falcons to the second lowest point production they've had all season. How do you capitalize that in this second matchup?
Yeah, obviously it's a tall task. They're going to come out with some changes and tweaks to their offense. It certainly is a tough ask of the guys, but see the guys and the way that they prepare and how focused they are on the opportunity and excited for the opportunity. Ultimately, you've got to go out and execute your assignment, trust the guy next to you to do his assignment, and the rest falls where it may.
Leading up to the game this week, how's practice been?
Yeah, we've had a great week of practice. The guys are extremely focused on things that they need to do in order to come out with a win this week.
How's the health of everybody?
Yeah, we're kind of in that middle ground late in the season. A lot of things build up over the course of the season. Fortunately, still have some guys out. Again, guys are stepping up and focused on what they need to do to go out and compete, and they want to capitalize on those opportunities they're getting.
Well, facing the Falcons tonight, anything else you expect them to do?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think they're talented enough and confident in their ability that they're not going to change a whole lot. They're going to go out and do what they do, and we've got to go out and execute and do the little things right and change some of the things that we did in Week 9 against them, do a little bit better job of taking care of the ball and kind of winning on some situational downs, and we'll be okay.
Well, Coach Ross, I appreciate you joining us on our pregame show. Final thoughts as we get out of here?
Hey, we just appreciate all the support, and hope to see everyone out there tonight.
That's right. Let's go out there and get that W.
Hey, sounds great.
That's Southern Boone County Eagles football head coach Mark Ross. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with more of our Southern Boone County Eagles countdown to kickoff pregame show. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Southern Boone County Eagles football on the home of the Eagles, the Show Me Sports Network.
We need you.
We need you.
We need you.
We need you now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Welcome back to our Southern Boone County Eagles countdown to kickoff pregame show on the exclusive home for Southern Boone County Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network. We are glad that you're tuned in here to our broadcast. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, be sure and click on the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. That'll help us out. That'll also help you find future broadcasts as well as any of our archive games on there as well. You can also click on that thumbs up icon. Let us know you are enjoying the broadcast here today, the exclusive broadcast of Southern Boone County Eagles football. Time now on our countdown to kickoff pregame show to take a look at our starting lineups. It's being brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazaway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazaway.
Now let's meet the Southern Boone County Eagles starters, brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. On the offensive side of the ball, quarterback
Mason Shear, Jr., 6'3", 195.
Running back
Travis Hunault, Sr., 5'11", 180.
Wide receivers
Braden Beckman, Senior, 6'4", 190 pounds.
Jace Wren, I'm a senior, 5'10", 145.
Jace Trough, Junior, 6 feet, 165.
Tight end
Bryce Bono, Junior, 6'1", 190.
Offensive line
Aiden Young, Senior, 6'2", 235.
Aiden McDaniel, Senior, 6'1", 255 pounds.
Owen Ditzfeld, Junior, 5'10", 170.
Charlie McGannon, Sophomore, 6'2", 195.
Hayden Inslee, Junior, 6'4", 215.
On the defensive side of the ball, defensive line
Hayden Inslee, Junior, 6'4", 215.
Brock Gamble, Senior, 6'3", 215.
Aiden Young, Senior, 6'2", 235.
linebackers
Tanner Shelton, I'm a senior, 5'10", and 180 pounds.
Justice Martin, Junior, 5'8", 170 pounds. Hunter Ulrich, Senior, 6'4", 190.
Travis Hunault, Senior, 5'11", 180.
secondary
Jace Wren, I'm a senior, 5'10", 145.
Braden Jackson, Junior, 5'10", 145.
Logan Bishop, Senior, 5'9", 185.
Hudson Talley, Junior, 5'10", 150.
special teams punter
Sam Palmer, Senior, 5'10", 145.
kicker
Bryce Bono, Junior, 6'1", 190.
kick returners
Hudson Talley, Junior, 5'10", 150.
Ryder Salter,
Sophomore, 5'7", 150 pounds.
Braden Jackson,
Junior, 5'10", 145.
for the coaching staff
Mark Ross, head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. 3 years.
Andy Curtis, quarterbacks coach, coaching for 16 years.
Dylan Barnhouse, coaching for 3 years, coaching wide receivers.
Greg Curtis, offensive line coach, coaching for 13 years.
John Moberlin, offensive and defensive line, first year at Southern Boone, 10th year coaching overall.
Mike Johnson, 5th year here at Southern Boone, running backs and outside linebackers.
Chris Garris, coach linebackers, my 17th year coaching, 15 here at Southern Boone.
Coach Adrian Cummings, I coach D-line. I've been coaching at Southern Boone for 12 years.
Hunter Martin, been here for 2 years, coaching DBs.
and finally for the team managers
Brady Bayless, Senior.
Jaden Buthine, Sophomore. Peter Hyam, Freshman.
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. We're going to take a quick break and be back here with more of our Southern Boone County Eagles Countdown to Kickoff pregame show on the exclusive home for Southern Boone County Eagles football, the Show Me Sports Network.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
4-day work weeks with a full 40 hours, paid overtime, vacation, 401k, and full health insurance. Right now, Salter is looking for career-minded workers, so get started with a career you'll love and benefits you can actually brag about. Apply now at salterlawnservice.com.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Attention Eagles fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Southern Boone County by becoming a member of the Southern Boone Booster Club. Your gifts help provide all Southern Boone County athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Southern Boone Booster Club this season for as little as $50. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Southern Boone Booster Club or email them at sbcathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Eagles!
So life is good for us.
Coach Tracy still has shorts on, I imagine, but
Absolutely.
that's not a very high bar. He'll wear shorts when it's 30 degrees outside. But yeah, I recall. Oh my gosh, 2019, 2018 Moberly game was probably the most miserable game we've ever played in. That was for a district championship game, so only 1 week different. And actually, this season's playing out about a week later than normal, so about this time. And man, it was below zero, ice on the bleachers. It was absolutely miserable day, and I wouldn't have missed it for my entire life. Anyway,
Absolutely.
Southern Boone's had a really good soccer program. Played many Final Fours, many years in a row with easily 3 to 4, 5 starters in football that could have been on that team, including ones that I know very well that coached in middle school that were phenomenal players. So, but anyway, you deal with what you have. So, I like our coaching staff. I like our attitude. Like the culture that they're getting there. So this is a program that in Blair Oaks that you have to measure yourself. I think I've come in for. I think right now they're probably the best program in 3A and below, and I would probably put them up there with many 4A programs as well. Certainly, since Lamar's kind of fallen off the dominance that they experienced for many years in a row. So, but yeah, it's a measuring stick. Like you said, we did held them to fewer points on the scoreboard, but unfortunately they held us to
fewer points on the scoreboard.
The fewest points you can give up in 0. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's always a fun atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere. They have a good crowd. A beautiful stadium. They have good stands for the away team. Probably the best stands for the visiting team of any team that we play, besides California has good stands, and of course we don't go there much, but South Callaway has a phenomenal setup as well. So,
coin toss, put it up for grabs, and it is going to be intercepted. Did they say he is in bounds?
Nope, out of bounds.
They say out of bounds, so a little trickeration there. Southern Boone trying to double reverse, and then a pass off the double reverse.
Yeah, so it was a jet sweep to Wren, and then he tosses off the handoff to the wide receiver going from right to left, and he kind of stops all of a sudden and throws it backwards to another wide receiver. It took a long time to develop. We had a brief gap to kind of get there. This took a long time to develop, and but still are playing fairly deep, about 5 yards deep. So they're playing the pass. They're kind of letting you have the run if you want it. But with their great speed, they're going to close pretty quickly for short gains.
So it will bring up a 3rd and 15. Now ball on the 24-yard line, Southern Boone's own 24-yard line. They'll have a 2 receivers set on the near side, 1 on the far side with 2 backs in the backfield. Shear will get the snap, a little high at pressure. He's going to get up and down in a screen to Hunolt, and he will be across the 25 and drop quickly. All that for maybe a gain of 4.
Yeah, they had the perfect play call. They sent 2 linebackers out on the outside blitz. They had a screen pass to the middle. Perfect play call. Unfortunately, again, good speed. That last time they had no safety back, basically just a safety up at maybe a yard deeper than the linebacker. So they were going sending the house on that, which they did.
So it'll be 4th and long. Palmer will be in shotgun, or deep for the kick, rather. He will have a sidewinding kick. It'll be fair caught on the other side of the 50. So that is where they say at the 48-yard line, 47-yard line, that is
about
where.
22, 23-yard, high and short. Good job fair catching the ball by the Blair Oaks Falcons that time. All right.
So they will set up shop here 1st and 10 at their own 47 as Tyler Bax, the second-year starter, junior quarterback, 6'2", 180 pounds, has 5 wide receivers. They'll send a man in motion. They will give it to him as he will be cut down quickly. Short.
Absolute great job blocked by the offensive lineman. They did a little cross counter block, pulled the guy from right to left. Perfect hole, big hole, and made it look pretty easy, and it was all on the ground too, I believe, right? No passing?
Yep.
So, yeah. Haven't seen them go under center too much in the past, so that's a nice little wrinkle If you've been watching or following us much, that's something that we have liked a lot in the past, when you can go under center for the tough yards.
So they will come on to try. The PAT snap is down. Kick is up and good. And just like that, it is a 7-0 Blair Oaks score. So they will lead by 7-0 score. Clock stopped with 9:47 left to go here in this first half. I made quick work of that. It was a 5-play, 53-yard drive.
All right, so if you're the Eagles now, you just kind of put that behind you and act like the game is 0-0, and what do you need to do in order to get to the end zone on this series?
So Laughlin will tee it up here. There will be a high end-over-end kick. Will drive return man to about the 1-yard line. As he will take it out, he will work on the far side. He gets through the first wave. Now he's across the 30 before he's ushered out of bounds. As good return there.
Great kick, too. Like you said, right there at the, I'm going to call it the 1-foot line. About as close as you can get before they would call an automatic touchdown. Great wall set up on the right-hand side there by the Eagles. And had a good chance to get a little bit more, but again, that Blair Oaks team is really quick, really fast. They closed the gaps pretty quickly.
So Southern Boone will take over after that return on their own 33-yard line. Again, they trail by 7-0 score here. As it'll be shotgun once again for Shear. He has receivers all up tight as they will pitch it here, trying to get this far side. That is Bishop with it, and ball came out, but they say he was down. Sorry, that was Talley with it, rather. So that will be a short gain on the play. They say he was down before the ball came out.
Yeah, just kind of a counteraction to the outside there. Did a good job getting outside. I thought I saw a good block by Piper there, but unfortunately, again, this Blair Oaks team is they're very, very fast and quick to the ball, and they showed it there. But nice block by Piper to try to get his running back a little bit of room to run.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like there was lots of room. You blink and it's gone. They'll send a man in motion as they will fake the handoff. Shear will keep it, and he runs into a green wall. They will say he'll lose 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, on that play, Shear has the option to either hand off to his running back in motion, going from the right to left. At that time, he decided to keep it, and maybe he should have handed off. I don't know. But just a great penetration by the defensive line all over him before he had a chance to even take a second step.
So this will bring up a 3rd down. Again, 3rd and 9 here for Southern Boone. Just the second 3rd down they've had. They're 0 for 1 on the day. So Shear will be in shotgun once again. 2 receivers far side, side by side, 2 stacked up near side. He's throwing across the middle, got Wren turned around. It's offline, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, for the second time tonight, not quite sure on the pass pattern there. Maybe he was just trying to get rid of it. He did have some pretty good pressure from the 4-man line for the Blair Oaks. They showed a couple of linebackers on outside blitzing, but they both dropped back at the snap. So doing what you can to confuse the offensive line, and including a running back if they're staying in the block.
So Southern Boone will punt it here as Palmer will get the snap. Kind of a side-winding kick. Will bounce at the 40. It'll bounce inside the 30, take a couple more rolls. Much better punt than the last time.
It's always nice when that odd-shaped looking ball makes some odd bounces, and that's what it did there, so kind of bounced away. And it was a good decision by the Blair Oaks guy to get away from it. And so good punt, good coverage there. So let's see what our defense can do. Got Brock Gamble on the outside, just like last week. Aiden Young as well as a tackle. Nose guard, it would be Mr. Griggs at number 17.
So backs will be in shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. They'll give it to him as he will take it up the middle, cut outside, still on his feet. put two hands on that ball. Somebody was trying to rip it out of there as he's taken down when it's all said and done by Gamble. He'll pick up about 7 yards.
Just the run off the right side tackle that time. 3-man line with the fourth linebacker coming up at the snap. And well blocked by the right side of the offensive line for the Blair Oaks Falcons.
Late substitution here for Blair Oaks. It'll be 2nd and 3. They'll send a man in motion. Again, quick pass off to the far side. It'll be caught for the first down. Not much more, but that will be caught by Halford. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards, and he'll move the chains.
Yeah, there's a quick pass to the flat to the man in motion, and got what he needed. Not much, but we haven't seen him throw the number 1 yet. So, of course, he had a huge gain. Just jinxed us now.
Max looking downfield, has time. He's going to tuck it, keeping himself. He's got the 10 yards. He's taken down across midfield. He'll have about 13 when it's all said and done. New set of downs.
Yeah, great job by the defense secretary that time, but unfortunately, an even better block by the offensive line of the Falcons to get his quarterback on the outside and tucked it up to the middle. And as you can tell, Bax is not acting like he got hurt a couple weeks ago.
Bax will take it straight up the middle. Again, he'll have 10 yards, grabbed by the wrist, spun around. He's got close to 20 before he's taken down inside the 30, down near the 26-yard line. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Yeah, with their top running back out this week, certainly the top runner that they have is their quarterback. And as you can tell, he's hard to take down. He's got a good little sidestep move, spins pretty well, and just a good hard-nosed runner.
So he will send a man in motion. They'll give it off. Trying to take it on the far side is for Sloys. He will have it. He will be into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. It goes as a 26-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd-looking formation. We noticed that last time we played them. They have it's more of a wing or slot, kind of goes in motion, kind of curls around the quarterback. Sometimes it goes around them, sometimes it goes in front. That time right in front, hand the ball off, just a sweep to the left-hand side. Got good blocks by his wide receiver out there on the left-hand side, and they make it look easy, don't they?
They absolutely do. As Laughlin will come on to try the PAT. So he says he's ready. Snap is maybe a hair high, but places down, kick is up, kick is good. So that makes it a 14-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. Maybe that's a little fire that Southern Boone needs to get started here. They gave up a 5-play, ends up being a 64-yard drive. That comes with 6:15 left to go here in the first quarter.
Run inside, run outside, throw a pass in there, but mostly run on the ground. So their running game has definitely started and looks really good, even with a backup in at running back.
So Laughlin will have it teed up again. Southern Boone trailing by a 14-0 score here. Little over the midway point here in this first quarter of play. Laughlin will approach it. That one kind of a sidewinding kick. It will take a bounce to about the 10-yard line. And Southern Boone will have a return up the middle. That's Talley. He'll be across the 25, close to the 30. So that's, again, around where they're going to start right there.
Yeah, pretty decent return, but good coverage. He just basically hit a wall of green. And so nice, kind of a weird-looking kick, like you said, kind of a squibbler sidewinder, which sometimes can cause some problems to the return team.
So they do say he got to the 30-yard line, so that'll be where Southern Boone will set up shop here, 70 yards away from the end zone. Shear will bark out the play call. He'll have a receiver up top. That is Piper. They'll have 3 stacked up down here on the near side with one back. Hunolt standing to his left. He'll get the snap, pitch it off to Hunolt. Travers will lose yardage as he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. They say he lost 1.
Yeah, blitz linebackers up the middle that time, but good. So it was the right call, pitching to the outside, but just really good defensive coverage by the secondary. on the wide receivers just blew up the blocks. So
it'll bring up 2nd and 11. Shear again in shotgun, 2 by 2 with receivers, 2 up top, 2 down low. Does have one back standing to his left as they look over to the Southern Boone side, see if they're going to audible out of it. Shear's going to point out some defense. Hunolt will go into the right hip pocket this time. He'll get the snap a little high. He's dropping back. He's going to be taken down at the 20. He had a bull rush there. Nothing but him to eat the football.
Yeah, they sent 6 that time. This series have done something a little different. The number 9 normally plays as a defensive end or tackle. This series they put him at a defensive or middle linebacker, and that both plays as soon as the ball is snapped, he's just busting through there, and he's a big man, and definitely lots of pressure. 6 guys coming, hard to get all 6 blocked.
He's a 6'3", 225-pound senior freight train by the name of Bryson Varner. 5 wide receivers. Shear drops back. He's going to throw it to the far side. It will be caught by Hunolt. He'll pick up maybe 5 yards on the play. It'll still be 4th and extremely long.
Yeah, that's the 5 and in on the pass play. Again, great pass rush by Varner that time, and he got his hands up. So really not much time for Shear to do much with it. Threw a great pass.
Yeah.
Very well executed, but unfortunately, with that good kind of a pass rush, only 5 yards is about all you can expect to get out of that.
Closser will be back to receive the punt, standing at the 48-yard line, 48.5-yard line of Southern Boone. Some pressure on the kick. Closser will take it at about the 44-yard line. Not much for him to do there. Looked like he was trying to maybe see if the return team was napping, but Southern Boone stays home, holds them to, what, about a 3-yard return there?
Yeah, short punt, 20 yards punt, so not much there. So return man Closser did a great job of coming up, getting that ball, keeping it, because that's the type of ball, if he doesn't catch it, it might go another 10 or 15 yards or more in the other direction.
So 4 minutes left to go exactly on the clock. So Blair Oaks will have the football. They lead by 14-0 score. I said 4 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. Bax will get it. He'll roll to the far side. He has some pressure. He threw it behind his receiver. Was intended for Engelbrecht. Almost intercepted by Southern Boone.
Yeah, it's a good pass rush that time. Looks like it was a gamble that got in, got a little pass rush. They kind of rolled him a little bit out to the left side. It's right-hand quarterback, so if you rush those quarterbacks in that situation, they sometimes can throw a little errantly, and that's probably the worst play he's had in the 2 games we've seen him.
So again, 5 wide receivers. Bax will take the shotgun snap, roll to the near side. He will hit his receiver down. Nope, they say incomplete. So he did hit the receiver, but it touched the turf before it was caught. It'll be 3rd down.
That time it's the opposite. It's a little rollout to the right that time. Was able to get his feet set. And again, good coverage, not much of a gap to get that ball in.
So this will bring up 3rd and 10. This is just the 2nd 3rd down Blair Oaks has had. They're 1 for 1. Bax will drop back. He'll look near side. He has some room. He's going to hit his receiver across the middle. He'll still be on his feet. He will walk the sidelines, tightrope it to the end zone for a touchdown. It is a 42-yard touchdown strike to Halford as he takes it to the house.
Yeah, what a beautiful play. Pressure up the middle caused him to move out to the right. I thought he might run it, but then the linebacker kind of came to him, and he just threw a perfect pass on the run to his wide receivers on the run, doing a crossing pattern, and just did a marvelous job of going right down the sideline.
So that is a 42-yard touchdown completion from Bax to Halford. Coming on to try the PAT is Laughlin. Kick is up. It is high enough. It is straight enough. It is good enough. So that makes it a 21-0 score with 3:24 left to go here in this first quarter. Back-to-back touchdowns. Blair Oaks has had 3 possessions. They've scored 3 touchdowns. Southern Boone has had 3 possessions. They've had 3 punts.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something clever to say, but really, I don't have anything clever to say. They're just a outstanding program, great execution. It doesn't matter that 2 of their top players are out. They have plenty of despair. The backup running back has already scored a touchdown, had looked really good running that. Their other backup running back, due to outstanding blocking by their offensive lineman on the second touchdown, had no problems going up the middle. So, yeah, what can you say?
So Laughlin will have it teed up. High end-over-end kick will be returnable from about the 9-yard line. As Talley will take it across the field, trying to work on the corner. He'll have some blocks, but he slipped and fell as he will be down across the 20, around the 22, 23-yard line.
Yeah, the perfect guess on the kick that time. Most coaches will call a return either right, left, or up the middle. That time they called it to the right, so the kick was to his left, so he did everything he could. He had to run pretty far just to get to the start of his blocking wall there. And by the time he got there, he kind of needed to turn directions, and unfortunately, the turf monster got him.
So Southern Boone will start on their own 22-yard line. Shear will be in shotgun again, twin receivers either side, one back behind him. Now he will get the snap. He'll roll to the near side and just throws it away and incomplete.
Four-man line, blitzing linebacker, and he did all he could. And, of course, our great host fans here really wanted a flag call. And since I'll just stop there.
I mean, to be fair, we were probably the closest Southern Boone Boone person to it. But
he was making the throw. He didn't know the body. So if they decide to no call it,
they'll wave it off.
They'll wave it off, and I'm sure the fans here at Wardsville will be very understanding and respectful of the decision made by the referee crew.
Yeah, that's one of those that it is very hard to call either way.
It is hard,
and I think that's what you have to go back on is what was the initial call or a no call, and how do you overturn it?
And also, again, what did the quarterback know? The quarterback was running. He was trying to throw. He didn't know that as soon as he started to throw, he was going to have a defender around his legs.
So empty backfield, 5 receivers. Shear's going to look far side. Cross the middle, caught as it'll be down at the 40-yard line as that was caught by Travers Hunolt, the senior. He picks up 15 yards, more than 15, move the chains.
Yeah, skinny post that time, so he was lined up in the slot, went downfield, ran a post pattern to the middle of the field, and just a great throw, great catch.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. As they will give it on the end around, that is Wren. He will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. He had the gears going, he had the legs churning, but just ran into a wall of players.
Well, if you remember previously going the other direction, Mason had that same option. Does he hand it off or does he keep it himself? And when he kept himself, he got hit by 2 people for a yard or 2 lost. That time he handed the ball off, and there really wasn't much there either. So chalked it up to excellent defense that time. Plenty of green shirts around the ball.
Under 2.5 to go here in this first quarter. Again, Shear will be in shotgun. They'll have 3 receivers on the top, 2 down low. There's nobody in the backfield. Now they'll send a man in motion. They'll fake it to Shelton as Shear will roll to the far side and tried to feed it in there, but it'll be knocked out and was probably close to being out of bounds anyways. If it's caught, it'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Varner gave us some pressure on the right-hand side, so he's able to dodge him a little bit and decided to throw the ball to the sideline on about a 5 and out, and unfortunately it kind of hit the back of the Blair Oaks defender.
So this will bring up a 3rd and 10. Again, ball spotted on the 41-yard line. Southern Boone trailing by a 21-0 score here. 3 possessions for Blair Oaks, 3 touchdowns, 4 possessions, 4th one in progress, 3 previous have been punts. There's a pass that is too tall for the receiver. That was intended for Piper over there. Too tall for him to go up and get. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, it had to be a quick pass on that. You can't expect to sit back in the pocket and wait 3 or 4 seconds because the pressure is too much coming from the Blair Oaks defensive line. Varner's pretty much, when he lines up at linebacker, he's coming every time. That time he did. So I had to do a quick pass and a little high.
Palmer will get the snap. Looked like that punt was off the side of his foot, though. It will take a bounce in favor of Southern Boone and be down about the 33-yard line.
I wonder if Tally thought the ball might
I think
hit.
so.
Yeah.
I think it did. I
could've.
don't think it hit the Blair Oaks player, but I
close.
think that he
You're right.
thought it did.
Yeah.
And I really had to think about if it did or didn't hit him. But I believe that it did miss.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd let the ball go a little bit further. But
so Blair Oaks will take over on their own 33-yard line as backs will be in shotgun. He'll look far side. He will hit Rackers as Rackers will be taken down after 11-yard gain. They'll say move the chains.
only 3 guys rushing the ball that time, so the 5-man line has no problems picking those up. So we got 8 defenders back, and again, no problem finding a pretty wide open receiver on about a 7 or 8 yard pass pattern to the far side of the field.
Not sure why both teams seemed like they thought that was incomplete. Nobody actually advanced towards where the new line of scrimmage was. But now we've got that rectified as ball on the 43-yard line. Max will be in shotgun. He'll take the snap. Now he'll tuck it, try to take up the middle. He'll have a short gain before he's thrown back, picks up about 2 yards.
Yeah, just a quarterback draw that time. 3-man line again, and he kind of hesitated and well defended by the Eagles that time, including Hunter Ulrich, again playing that middle, what's called the Mike linebacker. He's been playing the outside linebacker most of the season until last week.
So 2nd and 8 here, 2 receivers up top, 3 down low with an empty back for backs. As we're going to have whistles. Southern Boone's going to take a timeout. Do they have enough guys out there?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I only count 10, so I think they might have had.
That's probably why Coach Ross decided to take a timeout.
Doesn't mean my counting is right, but I do think there was only 10 guys out there. Timeout called. We'll take a quick break and be back. You're tuned in to broadcast coverage of MSHSAA Class 3 District 4 semifinals action here on the Show Me Sports Network.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Well, Southern Boone has to call a timeout again. I think they only had 10 players out there. So they call a timeout. They've got 2 the remainder of the first quarter, 1:04 left to go here in this opening quarter. They'll try the end around. Does Blair Oaks as the back will be tripped up at the 50. That was Verslois. As he's taken down at the 50. Boy, he had a big head of steam and just fizzled out there as he flopped on the 50.
Yeah, really good defensive pursuit that time by 13, whose name escapes me right now.
Jackson.
Yes. Did a good job coming up, and Shelton did a good job coming in from the inside as well.
Max is going to tuck it, trying to work the far side. He'll have the first down and more as he will squirt through, pick up nearly 15 yards on the play. It'll move the chains.
Yes, Bax was a good runner, but, man, that time he got excellent blocking by the left side of his line. Tanner Shelton just got wiped out. Kind of a blind hit. He wasn't expecting that. And just, again, great blocking by the Blair Oaks Falcons.
So Bax will roll here to the near side. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw it. And the cutoff man, it'll be completed down to the 20. It'll move the chains. That was caught by Halford for a first down.
Yeah, roll your quarterback out to the right. Give him a little bit extra time and just to see things a little bit better. And, again, number 4. Just a strike to him. Number 4 twice tonight now has shown just a great set of hands that time.
Alford was there as last option, as there's going to be 5 yards given up by the defense as they come across the line too early. So now it'll be 1st and 5. Ball will be spotted. At the 17-yard line. So again, it'll be 1st and 5 as time will wind down, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, Blair Oaks 21, Southern Boone 0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back as you're tuned in to broadcast coverage of Misha, Class 3 District 4 semifinals action here on the Show Me Sports Network.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Well, we'll switch into the field here as Blair Oaks will still have the football. This upcoming play 7 of the drive for them. And they started this drive at their own 33-yard line. 1st and 5 at the 17-yard line. Back
at the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift.
As he will throw it over everybody's head and incomplete. Bring up second down.
That time the Eagles blitzed a couple extra guys, so he had 5 guys. Got pretty good pressure, but the Blair Oaks coaching staff had a screen pass plan, but fortunately the Eagles executed better that time than the Falcons.
So to bring up 2nd and 5, ball again at the 17-yard line. Backs will look over here to the sidelines. See, he has nobody standing back there with 5 wide receivers. They'll send a man in motion. Backs will drop back, looking far side, going to throw it up wide open. Touchdown, 17-yard strike to Halford. It's 27-0.
Just wide open that time. I don't know if there's confusion on the defensive line because that time a couple of the defensive linemen did not rush right off the bat. They kind of sat. Maybe they're looking for a screen pass or something, but plenty of time and wide open in the end zone. So tonight looks like it's number 4's night to shine. A couple weeks ago it was number 1, who they've only thrown to him once so far.
So Halford.
Because Halford didn't get many passes the first time around, did he?
He did not.
Yeah, but guy looks like he's got great hands.
Halford holds that in from 17 yards out. Laughlin's PAT is up and good. Just like that, Blair Oaks now has a 28-0 score. They lead here with 11:49 left to go before halftime. That was an 8-play, 67-yard drive. Resulting in that 17-yard touchdown completion.
So that time, they threw the ball a lot, which just shows what we said at the very beginning of the game. They do it all well. They can run it inside. They can run it outside. They can throw it across the middle. They can throw it to the sideline. They can throw it deep. They're just a complete team on offense. So judging by the score, pretty complete team on defense as well.
Laughlin will have it teed up, and it's 28-0 in favor of the Falcons. 11:49 left to go here in this first half of action. That one's going to be a shorter kick. It'll be taken at about the 23-yard line. As quickly cut down as the return man. He'll get up to maybe the 28, 29-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. When the kick is short and the up guy takes it, he's got 3 other people behind him that can't get in front of the block. So it's awful tough to do much when the kick's that short, and that's why teams would kick the ball short just to give you less of a chance. And you also usually don't have your fastest breakaway runners up as an up back as well.
Eagles have the ball 1st and 10.
So Southern Boone will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Sure will have 2 receivers either side. He'll keep it himself, cut far side, now take it near side, spin move across the 30 down near the 33-yard line. So he does pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, that time they kind of tried to play off Varner's strength, which is getting upfield and rush. They kind of had the quarterback sheer to a quarterback draw right inside him. Got a nice 4 or 5 yard gain that time.
So to bring up 2nd and 6, Shear will get the snap. Again, 2 receivers with 1 back, 2 on either side. That pass incomplete. A little bit too far in front of his receiver and Wren. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, Wren's just trying to get a short 5 and out on the pass play that time, but throwing a little bit far out in front of him.
So we'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Again, ball on the 33-yard line. Clock stopped. 11:13 left to go here in this first half. 28-0 lead in favor of the Falcons of Blair Oak. Shear has 5 wide receivers, 3 up top, 2 down low. He'll get the snap. He's going to look near side. He's going to have to step up in the pocket, and he will be taken down for a 1-yard loss on the quarterback sack.
If you can get pass pressure with just 3 down linemen rushing, obviously you can do a lot on defense with just sending 3 that time. And I thought he was going to get through there for a little bit of a gap to get somewhere, but again, just a really good job closing down the ball carrier by the defensive line.
So that will bring up a 4th down now for Southern Boone, as Palmer will get the snap. He will have a sidewinding, kind of an end-over-end kick, as I thought that maybe hit Southern Boone, but they say it did not hit Tally. Return man Klosser will take it, get to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, a little risky there, picking up the ball with on a weird bounce and not having much space there. He did a good job making the first defender missing, but then Wren did a good job of wrapping it up on the solo tackle in the middle of the field.
So Blair Oaks will take over on their own 36-yard line. Again, they lead 28-0 here. Winner moves on to play in the district championship. Loser, their season comes to an end. He'll hand it off up the middle. Ball carrier will have about 5 yards before he spun down there.
Yeah, great job.
Picks up about 5.
Yeah, great job by Trittler coming up from his outside linebacker, making the play that time, but he's kind of hobbling now. He had an injury earlier this year, but nice play by the defensive line that time as well.
So 2nd and 5, as backs will look near side all the way. He's going to hit Rackers for a 5-yard pickup. Now he'll advance it close to double digits. As he will be across the 50, he'll be down at the 46-yard line. It'll move the chains.
Yeah, there's a quick pass to the flat that time, and that time Racker, as soon as he got the ball caught, he kind of felt the defender on his outside, so he turned back in, was able to get another 5 or 7 yards after the catch.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 46. Backs will have 3 by 2 and a wide receiver set, 3 up top, 2 down low. They'll send Halford in motion. Backs will keep it himself. Gets the corner across the 40. Still on his feet. He'll be pushed out near the 36-yard line. Looks like he will have enough, they will say, move the chains.
Yeah, delayed quarterback draw that time, and excellent blocking by his offensive line. Right guard number 51 did a fantastic job coming from the right to the left-hand side, blocking a linebacker to the outside that time.
So we'll bring up a new set of downs. Backs will throw it here on the near side. It is caught by Engelbrecht. He will have close to the 1st down. Looks like he picked up about 8 yards.
Yeah, basically the same play again. It's a good short 5 and out. They're throwing the ball quickly. They're not giving the 3-man line of the Eagles any chance whatsoever to get to the quarterback.
So Max will take the snap. Again, looking near side. He will throw it down. It will be incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
He had a gap right there. They tried to sneak him instead of going 5 and out. He kind of went down straight down the sideline, and they played fast that time, snapping the ball quick. Did not give chance for the defense to get set, and that little extra split second gave them the advantage they needed, but ball was a little bit off.
So now up under center, backs will go. It'll be 3rd and 2. They'll hand it. It'll be a 1st down and more as ball carrier still on his feet. He will be down at the 11-yard line. Big play there.
Straight power play on the left-hand side, so you're tight end and your tackle are double teaming the defensive end that time. And then they send the, the fullback in, blocking the next linebacker, and just a huge hole for the running back.
So again, I formation, backs up under center, gives it to the second man through. Again, carrying that time is Edler.
Yeah, same play again, but that time a little bit better on the coverage as Martin was able to shake off his blocker and get to the line of scrimmage.
So backs will be up under center again. It'll be 2nd and 4 ball at the 5-yard line. They'll hand it, third play in a row, to Edler as he is just working his way here on the near side. He'll be taken down. Looks like at the
power play
marker.
again. Tight ends coming down blocking with the left tackle. They're double teaming the defensive end. Brock Camel, I believe, that time, and the fullback comes in. And wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing, maybe going into the other direction. Yeah, they're going to go the other direction, same play.
So it'll bring 3rd and 2. Again, I formation, backs up under center.
Wrong.
Give it to the first man through as try to push the pile. They say
touchdown,
he's
fullback dive, yeah. So what you do that time, you do the same play 3 times in a row. You get thinking, okay, they're going to do the same play. They move their tight end from the left to the right side. I bet they're going to come to the right side, and boom. Nope. Let's hand off to the fullback in the opposite direction. Let's give him a little bit of glory since he's done a great job blocking on the previous 3 plays. So, again, power football. This is what dominant offense 30, 40 years ago that Blair Oaks can even run those. An old ancient offense they can run well as their spread offense.
So they will come on to try the PAT here. Laughlin is out. Snap is down. Kick is up. And kick is good. So that makes it a 35-0 score. That was a 10-play, 64-yard drive that comes with 7:51 left here in this first half. Blair Oaks leading.
Well, pretty impressive. Like I said, that was just a power eye. Nothing fancy. Quarterback under center. They normally run a spread with 4 wide receivers. They'll run a 5th one. They'll motion him back as a running back. But nope, that series was mostly quarterback under center, just man-on-man, power football, lining up head on and just knocking the guy across to you 2 or 3 yards back, which they did.
Well, we kind of mentioned it, too. That's one thing that makes Blair Oaks so good is that we know that their top running back, top 2 running backs have had injuries. But you wouldn't know that at this point in the ball game.
Because the other 2 guys look just as good.
Laughlin has it teed up. High end-over-end kick will be returnable from about the 7-yard line here on the near side. Jackson will cut across to the far side again, trying to get the corner, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 20. So he did a whole lot of running to only pick up about 7 yards.
That's the same issue we had on the last kickoff return. They kicked the ball away from the direction we were wanting to return it, and when you do that, you got 20 yards you got to run just to get to where you need to be. And, again, great coverage by that good team speed of the Blair Oaks Falcons. Has them at the 20. That was pretty fortunate. I thought they a couple yards even further back. We'll take it, though.
That is where they will set up shop here for Southern Boone. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low, 1 back. Standing to the left of Shear. Again, clock stops, 7:44 left to go here in this first half. Now they'll change personnel out there a little bit as Hunolt will split out, be a receiver here on the near side. Shear will get the snap. He's looking across the middle. He will have it tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Was looking for Troth across the middle.
Yeah, empty backfield that time. So pretty much as a defense, there's only 2 things you can do is throw the ball or quarterback keeps it. So they know a little bit more what they could do. So they decided to have an extra guy or 2 going after the quarterback. And the good pass rush made the pass awful hard to complete.
Empty backfield here, 3-by-2, 3 near side receivers, 2 on the top of the play as Shear will be in shotgun. He'll get the snap, quick pass off far side, little screen pass over there will be caught and pick up about 6 yards or so.
Yeah, they sent 2 or 3 extra people up the middle, so Coach Ross had the perfect play call there, getting the ball quick to the outside, but again, was only able to get about 6 yards on the pass play.
Hunolt made the catch, got a little yards after the catch. So 3rd and 4. Looking, throwing, incomplete as Shear was taken down on the play. He is down on the ground. He's going to be helped up, but he took a big shot there. Has just tried to unload it, but too far in front of the intended receiver.
Yeah, just 4 people rushing that time, and they get an outstanding pass rush out of just 4 people. Shear had to throw the ball early. He had a lot of pressure, so he basically did a really good job just throwing the ball basically away and still paid a pretty good price.
Southern Boone's going to go for it here on this 4th down, as they will have, again, 3 receivers near side, 2 on the far side, 4th and 4.
Count. Vary that snap count.
5 on the play clock. Shear will step back in shotgun again. 2 on the clock. He'll get the snap. Looking across on the far side, throws it up. It's going to be intercepted near midfield.
Well, that's as good as a punt, though, actually.
Yep.
So, yeah, not a bad call, not a bad play, not a bad decision by Shear that time. So, like I said, 4th down, if you would have punted it, would have been about to the same spot there. So,
well, they put it at the 46-yard line, but I'm pretty sure it was closer to midfield. Either way, it'll be Blair Oaks football. You said that's pretty much just as good as a little pooch kick. I guess it hurts maybe more on the stat line. Backs will pitch it off here on the near side, as that'll be a big play, big stiff arm there. As Verslois is going to pick up good yardage. He'll pick up close to 20 yards, as Southern Boone's got an injured Eagle down over on the Blair Oaks sideline.
So basically, using the motion of Verslois that time, come back as running backs, hand the ball off. You can see he had a good hole to get through there. Our defender just did not take the right angle. He tried to shoot that gap there, but unfortunately just had the wrong angle and kind of an unsuspecting speed that time by Verslois. Verslois looks a lot more comfortable than he did the last time we saw him, mostly because he was a backup last time and behind a all-state caliber running back. So
he's had 2 weeks of.
He's had 2 weeks of practice, 2 weeks of great coaching. So yeah, he looks night and day difference better than 2 weeks ago.
He's had 2 weeks of snaps as what would be a potential starter. That injured Eagle is Logan Bishop, the 5'9", 158-pound senior. We talked about the injuries, and guys are just trying to nurse things along. I think he's the poster
boy.
Yeah, that's exactly the words that I was thinking in my head.
He said injury pretty much every week, but he's able to put a cast on that arm, and it's like, he's a good ball runner too. So unfortunately, when you have that cast on, you can't use him as a running back, but he is a solid safety linebacker quality of a player.
I know when they were doing team pictures before the season, he had a cast on, got it off for maybe a week or two, and then was back in a cast again, as they'll hand it off to Engelbrecht, trying to work the far side. He's got 10 yards, 15. He'll try to squirt towards the end zone. They say he stepped out just shy on the other side of the 10-yard line at about the 9.
Yeah, jet sweep. Engelbrecht usually lines up on the left. He came in motion. Perfect timing on the handoff, and he had a good head of steam, and he showed some good speed against us 2 weeks ago.
So we'll bring up a 1st and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line. Backs will be up under center again, I formation here for the Falcons. They'll hand it off to the second man through again. Ball carrier that time once again is Edler.
Yeah, power play to the right side like I thought they were going to do on the last time. But that time Hunter Ulrich did a good job of coming up from that middle linebacker again. He's been an outside linebacker most of the season, but starting last week with some injuries, he's filled in very, very well at that Mike linebacker.
So gain of 3, 2nd and goal on the 6. They'll hand it off again, trying to work his way. He'll get down to maybe the 1 or 2 and then be pushed back. That's Edler once again.
Yep, same plays last time. Again, they're doing that power play. Tight end double teams the down defensive lineman with the right tackle. Fullback comes in, kicks out the linebacker, and normally if it's run as you draw up a paper, you're going to be 2-3 yards deep before you get touched by a defender.
So 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. They'll hand it off again to Edler. He will step into the end zone from 2 yards out. Touchdown.
Power to the left this time. Again, they've run that same play, let's see, 5 of the last 6 times, either one side or the other, and it's very, very effective.
So that will lengthen the lead out. So Blair Oaks now leads 41-0. They will come on to try. PAT, that is Laughlin. Snap is there, kick is up, and kick is good. So that makes it a 42-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. Clock stops 6:09 left here in this second quarter. Ended up being a 5-play, 46-yard drive. Capped off on a 2-yard touchdown run by Edler. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll have our scoring summary. We'll talk about some of the other games that are happening here tonight. And Southern Boone needs to find a way to put some points up because it's going to be an awful lopsided scoring summary at halftime if they don't.
Yeah, Blair Oaks just and the thing is, they haven't had any huge plays. It's been
maybe one or two,
small chunk plays. They had the one down the sideline that number 4 had, but besides that, it's all been 10 yards here, 15 yards here, 5 yards here, 5 yards here, 10. So no big plays, no big turnovers returned for touchdowns, no pick sixes, no kickoff returns. So everything, they made them work for it, but
Laughlin will send that one end over end. Again, taken at about the 1-yard line is where Southern Boone will return it from. That's Talley working to the far side. He'll be out near the 24, 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second best kick of the night. And he's had how many now? 6, 7 or so?
He's had a whole lot.
Yeah, down to the 2-yard line. So, again, great kick, nice and deep. And his teammates get down and cover very, very well.
Southern Boone will start on their own 24-yard line. Three wide receivers near side, 2 up top as Shear will be in shotgun again as he has worked much of this season. From the shotgun, he'll get the snap. He'll keep it himself, take it up the middle. He'll lose 2 yards.
Yeah, just a tough play call that time. That time they only 4-man line, but they did a cross stunt where Varner on the outside lets his guy on the inside come first, and he goes right behind him. When you do that, you confuse the line. He comes in untouched, and he was able to get to Shear pretty much right off the bat and cause that 2-yard loss. So it's hard to plan for something like that when the linemen do some stunts.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 12. Clock under 5.5 minutes to go. 2 backs in the backfield. Staying on either side is Shear. He will have it. He'll pitch it. Not a most ill-advised pitch, but does complete it. They do pick up 4 yards there.
Yeah, it's an option play, and the first time we've seen this here where you do the option, but instead of having an option to pitch to the tailback, you also have an option to pitch to a slot back coming in as well. For those of you who watch the NFL, that's the kind of play you see a lot that Andy Reid runs with Kelsey as being the person. And what's great about it, if it drops on the ground, it's a pass, so it's incomplete. So it's a fairly low-risk play in that case.
So they do say it is a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9. Troth will be motioned to the far side. Shear will roll over there. He'll look downfield. He will hit his receiver. They say it is a completed pass for about 13 yards. It'll move the chains.
Yeah, rolled out to the left, and that time the defensive line looked a little tired. They did not get off the ball very well, so he had plenty of time to make the pass. That time they kept an extra wide receiver in to block to kind of help out, and that gave Shear a little bit more time on that rollout to the left before he passed.
That was Piper making the grab, moves the chains. Shear rolling here on the near side, throws it up. It's over Wren's head and at the feet of Talley, incomplete.
Yeah, rolled out to the right that time, give him some extra time, which is good. Had a guy open, but when you're throwing on the run, we said this a lot over the last couple of years, you have to try to get your feet set before you throw, and it's awful hard to do when you're running, especially if you are used to having these green jerseys all over you throughout the game.
So again, two backs, one on each side of Shear. He'll have two receivers near side, one up on the far side. Clock stopped 4:14 with that incomplete pass left here in this first half. It is a 42-0 lead in favor of Blair Oaks. They'll hand it off. It'll be up the middle for maybe a 3-yard gain. Bring up third down.
Yeah, it was a good call. Again, that defensive line, there's only 3 of them, and then they did a marvelous job of getting out their blocks to keep the gain rush to just the 4 yards.
So 3rd and 7 now. Shear will get the snap, has pressure. He's rolling here to the near side. He's going to throw it down just out of the outstretched arm of Troth. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, 5 guys coming that time, lots of pressure. He had to bail out to the right, had to get his player open again, but still, when you're on moving to the right, it still can be tough to get your feet set.
So to bring up 4th and 7. Southern Boone went for it last time up, threw an interception, but all things considered, it was as good as a 20-yard punt or thereabout. So they'll go for it again, 4th and 7. Ball on the 41-yard line. Shear will mark out the play. Now stop, look over at the sidelines. He'll have 2 backs, 1 on each side. In the backfield, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Southern Boone will have to call a timeout as there was 2 on the play clock. Not enough time for them to get a play off. This comes with the 3:46 mark left here before halftime. We'll take a quick break and be back. As you're tuned in to broadcast coverage of MSHSAA Class 3 District 4 semifinals action here on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Well, Southern Boone calls a timeout there. Again, they trail by a 42-0 score here. 3:46 left to go before halftime. As it has been all Blair Oaks so far. First quarter and 3 quarters we have played here tonight. So 4th and 7. They do change the formation a bit. They'll have 3 receivers bunched up in a 1-by-2 pattern and 1 up top with 1 back in the backfield by Shear. As it'll be a 4th and 7 play here for Southern Boone. Shear now will split out Hunolt. He'll have nobody back there with him. As he looks near side, it's going to be caught by Wren as he is quickly cut down. They say he is going to be, they see where they mark it. Is it about a yard short?
It's going to be half a yard short, so great catch.
In traffic, they say it is going to be short.
Good job of the offensive line that time, picking up the 3-man rush. Plenty of time to make the throw. Good throw, good catch right at the line, but unfortunately just a little bit short. So good defense that time. Did a good job holding on to the ball. I thought he might have dropped it after he got hit.
Yeah, there was some traffic, and he took a big hit, but good job of Wren to hold on to that for the senior. So it will be Blair Oaks football as backs will have it flag coming in.
2 players moving at once.
Yep.
Can't do that. Like I said, the way they bring their running back in motion back to before the snap is, to me, it always looks a little bit odd. But, hey, it works for him. So, for that time, I believe they had a lineman moving as well.
So now it'll be 1st and 15 ball on the other side of the 50 as Bax is going to roll out to the far side. He is going to throw a bullet to his receiver. Rackers incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15.
He's got a pretty strong arm on him, unfortunately for him. A little too strong that time. Aiden Young did get a little bit of pass rush from the inside, making backs go out. and making him throw the ball a little bit earlier than what he probably wanted to.
So again, ball on the 48-yard line of Blair Oaks. They'll have an empty backfield here as backs. We'll have 2 receivers near side, 3 up top. Southern Boone brings pressure. Now they jump off sides, so they'll back it up.
Second time tonight that Bax has gotten the same defensive lineman to jump on the ball there. So, yeah, you want to maybe watch Aiden Young a little bit. He's having to play a lot on offense too. He's playing left tackle on offense. He's playing a lot on defense. So the young man's very, very quick off the ball. We'll see if this.
Some pressure again. Bax will have to step up in the pocket. He will look across. He will hit his receiver. That's Engelbrecht. He'll have it at the 15, the 10, the 5. He will be in there. They say, did he step out? No, a touchdown.
There's a big play for you. That time Hunter Ulrich was blitzing from the inside. Bax made a miss and just threw the ball across the field. He's running to the left. He throws it to the right. Phenomenal pass. That's the type of pass that for most quarterbacks will get picked off and many times return for 6. So just a fantastic execution play by the quarterback Bax as well as Engelbrecht at wide receiver.
Well, it was a 2-play, 47-yard drive. Laughlin will come in and try the PAT. Snap is down. Kick is up. The kick is good.
I will say this about Dapkus on the sideline. He's unfortunately on one of those, what do you call them?
Knee scooters?
Knee scooters, and he's just up and down quick, fast. You can tell he wants to be out there. So he's doing a good job at keeping in the game, keeping his fellow players up. So it's good to see him with that level of energy on the sidelines. And good thing he's a junior, so he's got another year to play. Just like Ensley's a junior, another year to play.
Again, that was a 2-play, 47-yard drive. That comes with 3:17 left to go here before halftime. Makes it a 49-0 score.
You said 3:17? Is that what that says?
3:17, yes, left in the first half. We'll have halftime. The band will entertain us. Not sure what else they'll have at halftime. We'll talk about our scoring summary, have the update from the Booster Club, and a couple other things. Then we'll get back to football, as that'll be taken on the near side, as it'll be across the 20, across the 30 before Jackson is pushed out of bounds at the 31.
So you're going to need a lot of time for that scoring summary there, aren't you?
It's going to take a minute to read through for sure. I need Southern Boone to put up something so I can at least have one item of note to talk about in the scoring summary.
Yeah.
So ball, they actually say he was out at the 32-yard line, so.
I sure wish they would move Varner from the left to the right side, because I would love to see him match up against Aiden Young a little bit. I think that'd be fun. But they don't do it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 ball at the 32-yard line. Shear will be in shotgun. He'll get the snap, looking far side. They'll get it to Piper. That's Hunold on a little screen pattern. He'll pick up a couple yards. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a play where they will pull a guard from left to the right side, kind of get that counter motion, get those linebackers thinking, oh, they're going to my left, but then they turn around and throw it quickly on a little quick 2 and out or so to that running back. Trying to catch him off guard, but again, the defense for the Blair Oaks, very quick, very disciplined team.
So 2nd and 7, ball on the 35-yard line. Southern Boone has 2:29 left to work with. They'll give it on the far side. That's going to be Talley with it. He'll have 11 yards, move the chains. Good 2nd down play there. Nothing fancy, but it's effective.
Just try to get him out to the outside really quick. Good block by your wide receiver up front there, and good running by him to get the ball up the field and out of bounds.
It'll be 1st and 10 ball at Southern Boone's own 43-yard line. Clock stop, 2:23 Left here again, it's a 49-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. Southern Boone will send two receivers near side, one on the far side, do have one back. As now they try some trickeration. That was Shear over on the far side. He'll throw it. And almost a one-handed grab by Talley as Shear was lined up on the far side as a receiver. Comes back to get the pitch, almost like a wildcat play.
Yeah, just basically fake the ball to your running back who's running. And goes down a kind of a wheel route where you kind of round out and go down the sideline. Well covered by the Falcons. They had two defenders on that. And but the ball was exactly where only Talley can get it, and it was just a little bit tall for him.
I was trying to figure out what receiver had that style of ankle brace and sleeve on the leg. For then I realized it was our quarterback. There's going to be a pass off the hands of Talley. Had a little traffic around him. Tried to duck down. Couldn't get the hands on it.
That's probably the best chance they've had. Most wide open in the middle of the field they've been all night. So. Yeah, Shear's his clock's ticking fast. He knows he only has a short 2 seconds or so to get the ball off. So, that's constantly in his mind, and I don't blame him. He's been hit a couple times already, but not late, of course.
So this will bring up 3rd and 10. Wren will go in motion to the far side. They'll fake the handoff to him. Shear looking downfield. He's going to throw it up. It's going to be intercepted at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that time they sent 4. 2 got through there and put enough pressure on Shear to make him have to throw the ball as quick as he wanted to, and just great coverage by the Falcons secondary to get the interception.
So Nell just gets the interception for the Falcons. They say he stepped out at the 37-yard line, so that's where the Falcons will take over.
I'm sure they're just going to hand the ball off to the fullback up the middle. Nothing fancy.
So backs will be up under center. They'll hand it to Edler. He'll take it up the middle. He'll push the pile. He'll have about 5 yards or so before they blow the whistles. 2nd down.
It's actually that same power play they've been running a whole bunch this time to the left side. Again, you got the tight end coming down, double teaming with the left tackle. Fullback then blocks the linebacker, defensive end out. And then it's just one-on-one usually between the tailback and the first linebacker left.
2nd and 5 here. Again, Edler will get it. He'll work on the far side, but take it up the middle, but shift off a little bit that direction. He'll pick up 3.
Yeah, so Blair Oaks just working on their power game again. This has worked really well from the last couple series. Just mostly power plays off the tackle to where the tight end is lined up. Occasionally they'll hand the ball off to the fullback, dive up the middle.
So 3rd and 2 here for the Falcons. 1:05 left to go before halftime. They'll hand it to the first man through.
Yeah.
He'll fall forward. He'll pick up 3 yards, move the chains.
Yep, fullback dive right up the middle. Again, this power football, old school football, and just looking good.
For Sloyce.
Man.
Picks up the new set of downs. Ball on the 47. 47-yard line. They'll hand it off again. First man through, short yardage.
Yeah.
About 4 on the play.
A Ditto's play, fullback dive up the middle there. So nothing special. We got a player hurt.
Sloyce will pick up a few yards. Clock stop, 39 seconds left here. In the first half of play again. It's been all Blair Oaks. They lead by 49-0 score here. Can't tell who they're attending to for Southern Boone, but does look like it's a lower leg issue. Both teams will come over towards their respective sidelines and have a conversation. Give us a chance, too, to remind you that just about 11 minutes past 8 o'clock here.
Doing the process of elimination.
Trittler.
Yep. He left earlier in the game limping a little bit as he went off the field. So, again, he's been banged up a little bit this year. But a lot of people are. So he's been playing really tough. Trying to give all he has.
As I said, about 11 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour here on the Show Me Sports Network. Blake Gasaway and Mike Freeze with you. Bring you coverage, as we have all season long, of Southern Boone County football. Had softball as well. We'll be getting ready for basketball. It'll be starting soon. So we'll have lots of Southern Boone games still to make the air. Normally they're on our YouTube channel, so if you haven't done so, search for the Show Me Sports Network. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. There's going to be a good play there.
Yeah,
shooting
Griggs.
through is Griggs.
Griggs is getting tired of it. Say, but he's got to watch out that they could run a power play next time, but they won't. They'll take it in for halftime. Looks like they're satisfied being up 49-0.
The clock continuing to roll here as it will tick down, and that will take us to halftime. As your score here at halftime has the Falcons of Blair Oaks 49 and Southern Boone nothing. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with your halftime scoring summary and some of our other halftime activities as you're tuned in to broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County football here on the home of the Eagles, the Show Me Sports Network.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You want great benefits from your work, but you don't want a boring desk job. Then again, if you're active and working outside, your benefits are going to be awful, if you have any at all. Unless you work at Salter Lawn Service. 4-day work weeks with a full 40 hours, paid overtime, vacation, 401k, and full health insurance. Right now, Salter is looking for career-minded workers, so get started with a career you'll love and benefits you can actually brag about. Apply now at salterlawnservice.com.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
Attention Eagles fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Southern Boone County by becoming a member of the Southern Boone Booster Club. Your gifts help provide all Southern Boone County athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Southern Boone Booster Club this season for as little as $50. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Southern Boone Booster Club or email them at sbcathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Eagles!
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey Eagle fans, it's Lindsay with the Southern Boone Athletic Booster Club. We are super excited for some Southern Boone football. The Eagles traveled to Wardsville to take on the Blair Falcons tonight in the second round of district play. We are excited to see all our Eagle fans travel south to support our Eagles. Thank you to all our Booster Club members who attended our monthly meeting on Wednesday night, and a huge shout out to our concession stand volunteers over the course of the past season. We know it isn't possible without each and every one of you, and we appreciate your hard work. Congrats to our boys soccer team on their second place finish in district. You boys had a great season, and we are so proud of you. Good luck to all of our cross-country runners that are competing at the state championships tomorrow morning. Also, thank you to everyone who participated in our 37th annual Booster Club golf tournament and silent auction. It was a blast and a great fundraiser put on under the direction of our fundraiser committee. As fall sports are winding down, don't forget that booster memberships are always available, so sign up to take advantage of over half-price admission on all home Southern Boone events throughout the rest of the school year. As always, go Eagles!
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Show Me Sports Network under the broadcasting rights granted therein. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Show Me Sports Network. Announcers are provided by the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
In today's world, injury prevention is at the top of everyone's list. However, heat-related occurrences get routinely overlooked. Zealous WBGT puts that front and center. By using cutting-edge formulas and technology, Zealous WBGT streamlines and simplifies obtaining and documenting wet bulb globe temperature readings. With a simple touch of a button, you can check WBGT anywhere in the world, receiving alerts when the WBGT goes over the threshold you select. Join the stress-free way to protect student-athletes, employees, and overall operations from extreme heat by downloading the free Zealous WBGT app today. Save time, save money, save lives with Zealous WBGT.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
Well, both teams still in the locker room. Here is the band, and then the color guard doing a fine job entertaining the crowd here at halftime. Again, it's a 49-0 score here at halftime as Blair Oaks leads the Southern Boone Eagles squad. We'll take a look at our scoring summary here, and got to say it's a lot of Blair Oaks Falcons scores that we're going to talk about. Blair Oaks got things started on a 5-yard touchdown run by Edler. The PAT was good by Laughlin. That made it a 7-0 Blair Oaks score with 9:47 left to go in the first quarter. That was a 5-play, 53-yard drive. Then they would score on a 26-yard touchdown run by Verslois. The PAT was good by Laughlin. That was a 5-play, 64-yard drive. That came with 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. That was a 14-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. Then they would score on a 42-yard touchdown pass from backs to Halford. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 3-play, 42-yard drive. That came with 3:24 left to go in the first quarter. That made it a 21-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. That score would take us through the end of one. Blair Oaks would score again on a 17-yard touchdown pass from backs to Halford. PAT by Laughlin was good. 8-play, 67-yard drive. That came 11 seconds into the second quarter. That made it a 28-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. Falcons would score on a 2-yard touchdown run by Edler. The PAT was good by Laughlin. That was a 10-play, 64-yard drive. That came with 7:51 left in the first half. That was a 35-0 Blair Oaks score at that point. That was actually Verslois with the carry, rather. Then a 2-yard touchdown run by Edler. That was a 34-yard. Sorry, let me try that again. 2-yard touchdown run by Edler. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 5-play, 46-yard drive. 6:09 left in the first half. That was 42-0 Blair Oaks. And then a 47-yard touchdown pass from backs to Engelbrecht. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 2-play, 47-yard drive. Came with 3:17 left to go before halftime. 49-0 score. And that score takes us through to the halftime mark here as Blair Oaks leading by a 49-0 mark. Mike, you're working on some scores from some of the games that are happening here tonight.
Yeah, we got some scores here. Hold on here a second. I tried to refresh. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, doggone it. I lost my scores. Okay, so we got Rockbridge facing St. Dominic. They're up 21-7. Lebanon is over Capital City 27-16. Hallsville is only down 14-8 to St. Charles West, so they're keeping it close.
They're hanging in there.
Yeah, we got Salisbury Marceline. Salisbury's up 14-13. Let's see. Harrisburg was whipping up pretty good early on Fayette. Now the score says 0-0. I'm not sure what's up with that. Boonville is up over Knobster 20-7. Winner of that game. Looks like they could face the winner of Blair Oaks and Southern Boone. If Southern Boone were to win, they'd have to go to Boonville, but looks like. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Tolton is up 9-8 over Centralia. Tolton's been a pretty high-scoring team this year, so defensive game there. Helias is playing Camden. They're up 17-10 at the half, so Camden playing a little bit better than the first time around. Let's see. Hannibal in Mexico. Battling hard, just down 22-21 right now. Oh, they just scored in the third quarter. So Mexico is up 27-22 over Hannibal. Hannibal's done one of those really good programs up to the northwest. And let's see, I got Moberly over Wright City, 35-14 right now in half. So that's what we got. Let's see if there's any more that are of interest here. In the Battle of Buchanan, East Buchanan is over Mid Buchanan, 7-6.
There's some close games tonight.
Not sure I know where either one of those schools are.
They are west of they're east of West Buchanan.
I think it's the only place one of the few places I've been through. Okay, well, I'm now got an ad on here on my screen. What the heck am I doing? There we go. Gotta love those little ads.
I think it's trying to show you where
You're right.
Where Buchanan is.
From homes.com. Let's see here. Anyway, yeah. Well, so yeah, some good scoring games out there, some including Hallsville trying to live another week, which good for them. They had a 2 or 3 win season, so they've made the best of it. It meaning that everyone makes the playoffs and everyone starts from the scratch. So, I've always really liked that way of doing things. So hats off to the MSHSAA for having a pretty good setup there. Let's see, any other scores of any interest to us here? Oh, let's see. I'm not seeing much that we'd be terribly interested here. Would love to see how Dexter's doing.
Not to take anything away from the season that Hallsville had in their district, but Class 3, District 3 is not
tougher.
quite the same caliber as what we have in District 4, as nobody had a winning record.
Well,
And St. Charles West is the top seed. They finished 3 and 6 above Wright City, who was 4 and 5.
Yeah, well, here's a couple more scores of interest to us. Osage is losing to Warrenton 28-7. So that Osage team I don't quite understand. When we saw them, they just looked awesome. Their linemen played one of the best games I've seen a lineman play. Odessa is up 21-6 over Summit Christian of Lee's Summit. Let's see here. I'd love to have a Dexter score, see how Dexter's doing. Dexter is up over Fredericktown, actually. The Black Cats are down to the Bearcats, 21-7. So Dexter's up 21-7. Obviously, Dexter is having a really good season there. And, of course, that was a tough game, close game for the Eagles when we played them, 24-14, I believe? On a Saturday.
Yep, 24-14.
Which, anytime you travel 4 hours, that's almost a 10-14 point disadvantage right there. Let's see. Any other scores?
As we were talking about the Class 3 District 3, Austin Thomas and the crew having the call of that game at St. Charles West. Also was the 5th seed. They upset Winfield, the 4th seed, last week. So potentially, if Hallsville were to get the win, they would be in a position to host the district championship next week between the winner of Wright City and Moberly.
And Moberly's winning that one right now.
That would be an interesting turn of events, to say the least, there in Hallsville. But they're trailing, what'd you say, 14-8 here at halftime? I think that's what it was.
Yes, 14-8. Hallsville's losing, and Moberly's winning the other game in that district.
I completely agree with your point about how for postseason play, you get your reset. Everybody's guaranteed one game. It didn't used to be that way. I do remember when it was you played 10 weeks.
You play 10 weeks and you'd have to – there was some points and some other goofy deal, and only a couple teams would get in. So
yeah, you play 10 weeks, and then depending on if you were middle of the pack.
I would say it was probably 25 years ago-ish that they changed it maybe. I'm not for sure on that. I'd have to ask Coach Tracy when they did that. But, yeah, it's a phenomenal change. I know I've argued with others in the past who don't like it, but, I love it. Because you get, every year we've seen some team in one of the classes that's caught fire, and that's great because you keep your players and your coaching staff as well. Coaching staff, it's hard if you're 1-8 and getting beat pretty handily by games, but to keep the coaches and the fans, and it kind of shows you to never quit. So yeah, I loved it, and I haven't heard too many people complain about that system for a long time. So I think it's certainly a great system to have.
I would have to wonder too, and expect that it is a better, as a coach and as a program, it is a better opportunity because, like you said, you play 10 weeks, and then there was always a question.
Yeah.
Obviously,
and
not
also,
for everybody, but for some teams to be a question, is their season over? Do they have another game?
And also it frees you up to schedule a game or two a little stronger. Like, for example, if you are Blair Oaks, you schedule Marysville in that, they do a game in Liberty, kind of a neutral field, and that's a pretty good team to play. Or, shoot, us playing, Quincy, Notre Dame. Of course, we had to get a game on the schedule, but it frees you up to take some chances on scheduling to where, if you lose it, hey, if you're the better team, you still got to play the game one way or the other. You may play at lower seed. You may have to play an extra game in week 1, but, I don't know too many players who are upset that they've played another game throughout the week.
Well, and I think your point, too, is valid about, a team that has struggled, that is 1-8 or, 2-7, or maybe they don't have any wins at all in the season, to know that you get to have at least a district game and in our small town Americas as we are, football, is an important thing on Friday night. You get out under the lights, but to play the district game, even if it's a quarterfinals round, it's still a big-time game. And so it gives all those guys the opportunity, because a lot of them aren't going to go on and play somewhere else.
Right.
So it gives them that opportunity, and I agree 100%.
Well, even a team like Blair Oaks may only have 3 or 4 players that will go on to play college, and only one of those will play for 4 or 5 years. So,
And it's
rare.
also allowed the opportunity, too, to give that first-round bye.
Yeah.
That was something that you didn't have before. So now it
for
gives
most, for most districts, it allows them at least one. I don't think there's any. I'm not aware of any district that has 8 teams in it.
I don't think any in football.
No, and of course, 5A is one of the. That's the kind of the catch-all group. So 1 through 4A have the same number of teams. 6 always has a set number of teams, and 5 is the one that fluctuates. And 5 actually, some districts will have 2 teams that may get a bye. So that's kind of neat how that works out. So, but yeah, because I think 6 is they don't have as many teams as the other divisions.
Right. Well, both teams have made their way back onto the field as Blair Oaks has finished their warm-ups. Southern Boone working on getting their warm-ups done here to begin the second half. Again, it is a 49-0 score in favor of the Blair Oaks Falcons.
And don't forget, second half, if there's a 35-point or greater lead, we have a running clock. So that
we should see we gave up more points than we did last time. We scored as many points as we scored last time. But the second half will be a faster-moving second. I don't know if that's a positive, but we will have a shorter second half of action.
Well, I'm interested to see what Blair Oaks does. It's always the thing. Okay, you're up 40-0. What do you do? What does good coaching do? Well, I think most people think, okay, for the third quarter, you got to leave your starters in. You still want to keep them sharp, especially they just had a week off. But I know a lot of people were a little disappointed that they kept starters in as long as they did. Yeah, it's tough. I think I ran across someone earlier. They were up. They did a fake punt, and they were up by 40-something, and they were in the fourth quarter with like 2 minutes left. That's a little much.
I will say we kind of we talked about it off the air and talked during the conversation with head coach Mark Ross, and there was a lot of chatter off the field, not so much by either organization, but just by others. And I have to say that for sure, this has been a very well-played first half of action that has had good sportsmanship.
The last game was played well,
it was too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so it is something that, I think about there was a couple plays where Shear was knocked down on the play by a couple of Falcons, and you know who the people were that picked him up? The 2 Falcons players that were there that made the hit on him and stuff.
But I asked my son, who had the fortunate to play Blair Oaks quite a few times when he played football. I asked him how they were. He sounded mostly positive. Told him, he said they were pretty good. But, act like they had been number 4. Were pretty good sports for the most part. There really wasn't any team that he talked about that were, bad sports. But going back, we're talking about here, like District 5 does have number of teams that only have 5 or 6 teams in the districts. So, you got quite a few teams there. That's Class 6. Class 6 a little all over the place. So, but But, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in Class 3. Blair Oaks has been the top of the rankings pretty much all season. Of course, Dexter's a Class 3. We'll see how they end up the season.
Woodward will have it teed up as a sidewinding kick will take a couple bounces to the 10 as they'll try a little misdirection on the return, give it off to a second return man. He'll be across the 40. He'll be ripped down at about the 37-yard line, so didn't quite work for him, but they did get a good return up to, they say, actually the 39 on the play. That was Klosser on the return. Second half kickoff brought to you by Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Second half kickoff again brought to you by Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty. As Blair Oaks picks up 6 yards on a run up the middle, they'll give it once again, working here, trying to cut it outside. Big hit there by Young, as that will be enough for the first down, but blow delivered there, they say, down at the 49-yard line for Sloyce with the carry.
Yeah, Blair Oaks is back to their basic offense, spread offense, no running back, but most plays they'll bring a running back from a slot or wing back in motion, and they are playing a little bit quick tempo right now.
So this will bring up a new set of downs. Again, handed off, working the far side. That'll be a big run, a 10 yards, 15-20 for Sloyce. Will be shoved out across the 20-yard line. He chunks off 30 yards there.
Yeah, this again, they bring him in motion from a slot or wing and puts him right back next to the quarterback, gets the handoff, and again, good blocking by the right side of that Falcons offensive line.
So ball spotted on the 17-yard line. Backs will be in shotgun. He'll have 3 receivers near side, 2 far side. He'll get the snap. He'll fake the handoff, throw it out to Halford. He'll have it at the 10. He'll be ridden out of bounds as he will pick up about 9 yards there. It'll bring up a second and very short.
Seeing Bishop there on that tackle, so it's good to see him back out there after he was out, came out earlier with an injury. But Falcons are playing fast right now, so they're trying to get as much in as they can with the running clock going, it appears. Back into a power I formation.
So it'll be 2nd and 1. Backs will be up under center. He'll step out for just a second. Now he'll get back up under the center. Again, as you said, I formation. He'll take the snap. He will hand it as it'll be first man through. He got 1 yard. Should be enough for a new set of downs, maybe 1.5 yards. We'll move the chains, though.
Yeah, it's a quick dive to the between left guard and center that time. Pretty well covered by the Eagles that time. But still, they only needed to get 1 yard for the first down, and they did pick it up.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 6. Backs again up under center. I formation behind him. He'll give it off to the second man through. That's Edler. He will put 2 hands on the ball. He will scamper down to about the 4.
Good job by it's like Shelton and Martin that time came in from the linebacker position to kind of squeeze the hole down there, and that's certainly what the middle linebackers need to do, because everybody else is getting picked up pretty well in that power play.
So 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Backs again up under center. He'll have a receiver up top. He'll look. He'll throw it up for the corner, as that will be caught for a touchdown.
Just a one-on-one that time, and Engelbrecht's a little bit taller than Wren that time. He was able to jump, and Backs wanted to throw the ball a little bit quicker, but he kind of double pumped. He wasn't quite ready to throw the ball. His offensive line gave him plenty of time, and that's the first time they've passed the ball out of that power I formation. So great play calling again from Coach LePage of the Falcons.
That is a 4-yard touchdown pass. Laughlin will come on to try the PAT. Snap a little high, but good placement. Kick is up. Kick is good. So now that makes it
makes matters worse that the fight song that the Blair Oaks band's playing, it's the same fight song for our true sons and true brothers up in Columbia. So yeah, which I hope to hear a whole bunch tomorrow in a positive way. I'll be going to the MU Oklahoma game. Cross your fingers for good weather, as you can expect for November 9th.
It won't be as pretty as tonight is.
Yeah, but I think they're calling for the rain to be done before the game starts, so that's good. All right, so obviously it's a tough coaching challenge. You got to keep your team still in the game, keep them positive, and still make some play calls to put your team in a good position. You owe it to your seniors to send them off in a good, positive way.
So Laughlin will drive that here to the near corner as Jackson will be tripped up, tried to get around, but tripped up at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I think they had the return set up to the left, and all his blockers on the left, but three guys decided the Blair Oaks kickoff team to stay to the right, and one decided, I'm going to take a gamble and see if I can't get through there, and he did. Great job tackling, one-on-one open field tackle for basically, I know it's not a loss, but 18-yard line is not it's probably the worst field position they started with tonight.
So Southern Boone will have two receivers near side, one up top. As you said, they start at their own 18-yard line. Two backs are on either side of Shear. So he will be in shotgun. He'll get the snap. He'll hand it off. And straight up the middle, maybe a couple yards or so to bring up second down.
Unfortunately, since they're the three-man defensive line and the fourth linebacker comes in, do such a good job, it takes 5 to 6 to get those blocked, and the linebackers are being unblocked, and they can come up and easily scrape and fill the hole, which they did that time for just a 2-yard gain.
So to bring up a 2nd and 8 as they show blitz, but drop out of it does Blair Oaks. Shear rolling to the far side. He'll keep it himself. He's going to be pushed out maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, he rolled out to the left that time, called rollout, looking to see if there's anybody open. Didn't see much, and decided I'll just keep it himself just to get the 1-yard gain.
We'll bring up 3rd and 7. Clock continuing to roll. 6:16 left to go here in this third quarter. Again, it's a 56-0 lead in favor of Blair Oaks. Southern Boone has 7 on the clock here when they break the huddle, so they've got to hurry. Shear will have twin receivers either side, one back. Standing to his right, they will get the snap off. He will have to roll to the far side. He'll be taken down for a quarterback sack. It'll be a long 4th down.
Yeah, 4-man rush at times, so really you got to be able to pick up 4 men. But when it's Blair Oaks, those 4 men are really, really good, and they did a good job of number 57 from inside, did a good job of coming off his block to make the sack.
So Palmer will come out to punt here for Southern Boone. Under 5.5 to go. He'll be standing about halfway deep in his own end zone. Southern Boone does have to run somebody on late here, but they do have time. So Palmer will get the snap. Sidewinding kick will be fair caught at about the 34-yard line. Not too bad considering he was about 6 yards deep in his end zone.
Yeah, and had a pretty good snap, allowed him to take a deep breath before I'm sure he didn't before, but he had time to make the kick, and pretty good job by the Blair Oaks guy as well, to get greedy and not try to return it. So, all right, so what we got? We got some backups in. Looks like we got some backups in for Blair Oaks. Is that number 11 at quarterback?
New quarterback. That'll be Bober, the freshman. He's a 5'7", 130-pounder.
130?
130 pounds soaking wet. So he'll be in shotgun. He's a whole lot smaller back there, but he'll give it off to new ball carrier who will have 5 yards. He'll be taken down at the 31-yard line.
All right,
that
Eagles.
Cooper Peters.
Seeing some just hitting with the shoulders, not wrapping up. So hopefully we can still not forget our fundamentals. It's a good time to at least try to keep the game from getting any worse, though. But, again, backups in there, backups in some cases, and they still get a nice 3-yard gain.
So we'll bring up a 2nd and 7. And Burr will be in shotgun formation, 3 receivers up top. He's got 2 down low. Nobody in the backfield with him as he will hand it off. Good stiff arm there by Edler as he will be ushered out of bounds near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Greg shot through that time. Almost had a nice big play for a loss, but, again, tough running by the Falcons there. Let's see if they go to a power I with just 3rd and 1.
So it does bring up 3rd and 1. Again, clock rolling, 3:10 left to go here in this third.
Well, keep it spread.
Being shotgun once again is Burr. He'll take the snap. Edler gets, no, he faked it. I thought he had it. Edler takes a big shot there, but quarterback keeps it.
I think he's going to be short.
I think he is too. I thought he made the handoff.
I
He's
thought
going to lose a yard.
It was a good fake that time, but he's so small. Let's see if they try to kick a field goal. I would expect they would. Well, yeah.
So that is the first 3rd down that Blair Oaks has not picked up. They are 7 of 8 on 3rd downs.
All right, so this is a fairly tough kick here, 32, 42-yarder.
I don't think they have a holder right now, though.
They don't. Well, they all were kind of talking about how great that they played tonight.
Blair Oaks is going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah. Well, it gives LePage something to talk to his players about how they got to pay attention, stay focused on the game instead of being on the sideline, congratulating each other.
They will try.
42, right?
Yeah, ball spotted on the 26-yard line. So, yeah, he was about the 32, so it would be about a 42-yarder.
That's a pretty lengthy kick.
Now, I know kicking that way is the better option for watching pregame warm-ups.
Yeah.
Kicking off to our left here on the press box. Oh, they're going to make it a little more difficult. They're actually going to make it at a 43-yarder.
There you go.
Well, I guess if you're going to try it, might as well get your money's worth, right?
Sure.
So ball will be spotted on the 33-yard line once they snap it. Laughlin is only back by about 2 steps. Snap is a little high. Kick is up. And kick is going to be good. He drops it in there from 43 yards out.
Got a couple yards to spare. Great job holding that time by Engelbrecht. Ball was a little high. Did a good job in catching that ball and get down on the tee. High school, they use a little tee to put the ball on. College and NFL, of course, it goes straight to the ground. No tee. But
sometimes
great
they sneak
job.
a little something in there.
Yeah, I think those tees sometimes can cause more problems.
They use like a bottle cap. Or they use stuff they're not supposed to.
They're not very big. But, great job by Engelbrecht that time to get it down. And as we've seen with their kicker, his legs kind of grown throughout the season. He does have the fortunate luck to have to kick a lot, and therefore to improve throughout the year. So, nice kick.
Yeah, I very impressed with that. I will give him props for sure. So Laughlin will approach the kick. Their sidewinding kick will be taken at about the 10 here on the near side. Southern Boone will try a return here on the near side as Jackson will get close to the 30 before he's taken down.
Yeah, that time they had the return called to the correct side of the kick for the first time in a while, but unfortunately did not get too much out of it. Well covered by the Eagles. So the Falcons. Falcons also have their subs on defense as well. So let's see what Eagles can do now. Looks like the Eagles have most of their starters in still.
So clock rolling here at 1:20. They did stop it for just a second, but have started it back up. So Shear will go up under center this time as they'll have 3 backs in the backfield, power backfield behind him. He'll get the snap. He'll fake the handoff, looking downfield, throwing it up for Jackson. He will not be able to put a hand on it, as that was just out of his outreached arms.
That was a nice deception there by Coach Ross. Put the power formation in, act like you're going to run the ball, and try to sneak a guy down on a vertical pattern on the right-hand side, but just a little past, a little too far. Not bad coverage by the backup Falcon. Looks like Mason's chatting with the ref a little bit too. Maybe wasn't happy with the
he did take a good shot, at the end of that. So he'll be up under center again this time once again. He'll get the snap. They'll fake the handoff. Same idea as he's looking downfield. He's going to throw it up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted at the 35. Intercepted there
we do have a
by
flag
Jackson
down.
Houston.
Is it holding or late hit? Or personal foul?
Looks like
Holding.
maybe a holding call. That is going to be the call, so it'll be a 3rd interception on the night.
Jackson Houston with the interception.
I think I might know who the holding call was on, because he kind of stared at the referee for a little bit. All right, here we go. Come on, defense.
So that will put the ball on the 37-yard line of Blair Oaks. Clock stopped.
Falcons have their starters in. Brock Gamble at nose guard, who's played a hell of a season despite being a little undersized. We got 17 Gregg's been playing really well too, substituting in for Hayden the last 2 weeks.
Burr will give it to Edler. He will push the pile across the 40. He'll pick up 3 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down. That should take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter, as it is a 59-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. We'll take a quick break and be back as you are tuned in to broadcast coverage of MSHSAA Class 3 District 4 semifinals action here on the Show Me Sports Network.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
We go here to the 4th quarter, and 12 minutes left in the season for one of these two teams. As Burr will take the snap in shotgun formation, he will be cut down for a loss of a yard and a half. It will bring up a 3rd down.
All right, so still like the little fire. You still seeing good fire, good energy from the Eagles. You want to, as a coaching staff, you want to see that throughout the rest of the game. For a lot of these seniors, this is going to be the last time they're going to play organized football, besides maybe some intramural flag football in college, but that's not the same. So hopefully for those players, they're going to keep on trying and enjoy every last play they have.
So this will be a 3rd and 8. Again, clock continuing to roll at 11:20 left to go. As I'll have to call a timeout, does Blair Oaks, as they had 1 on the play clock. Will come with the 11:14 mark here in this 4th quarter. As Southern Boone's season winding down, they'll have to start thinking about basketball and wrestling and all of those other things you do in the winter time.
Yeah. Stay inside where it's warm.
That is true. That is We've been pretty lucky this year of our ball games not being too bitterly cold, but that is a benefit of covering basketball.
Hope
It is usually a little warmer.
Hope the treadmill's still working because it's too cold to walk or ride bikes outside. That's if you get all the clothes and other thing that's been stored on
right.
it for the last year or maybe 2 or
it makes a real
3.
good it makes a real good drying rack.
Yes.
So it'll be a third down here for the Falcons as they will give it off on the end around, and it'll be broken up and thrown for a loss. On the play was Young. That was about a 4-yard loss. That'll bring up a 4th and long.
Yeah, Young did a good job of getting rid of his blocker and going down line of scrimmage to make the tackle. So good to see him keep on trying hard. Now I'm pretty sure we're pretty sure he's going to be playing in college. He's had numerous offers. It's been
just a matter of where.
It's been fun and lots of enjoyment watching him and also watching him and his dad interact. It's been very fun to watch those two.
Well, high snap, and the punter is just going to have to run for his life.
However,
he is going to get the first down across midfield and then some. Well, that's just exactly the luck Blair Oaks has, as I don't know if they actually have a punter. They do, but we've seen him once in the last 3 years.
They don't get to do it enough in game activity, so no wonder it doesn't work out well for him. But thankfully, it's the player that's been on fire tonight.
Yeah, that was Halford is their punter, or at least came out there to punt, and bad snap. He's able to pick it up in advance and get across midfield and down at the 45, so it'll be a new set of downs.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting the ball on the high snap. So
yeah, hats off to him to recover and think about getting upfield, picking up the first down. So it'll be a new set of downs at the 45-yard line. As Burr will get it, he'll roll to the far side as he keeps it himself, cuts the corner, tripped up at the 40. He'll pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, again, Aiden Young still trying hard out there. He tried really hard to shed one, possibly 2 blockers and try to chase them down line of scrimmage, but quarterback just barely got out past his outstretched arms.
So they say he actually only picked up 3 yards. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 7. So he didn't get as far upfield as I initially thought he did. Near 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. Quick pass over here to Edler. He's got it. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. He'll be pushed out there as he will pick up 17 yards on the play. He'll move the chains.
Yeah, quick pass that time to the flat. Just trying to give your freshman quarterback just a fairly easy play for him to execute, and did it very, very well.
So he's out at the 26-yard line of Southern Boone. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. This clock rolling, 8.5 to go here in the season for Southern Boone. Blair Oaks in no hurry to get this play off as they've got 5 on the play clock. Burr in shotgun, empty backfield. He'll get the snap with 1 second on the play clock. He'll cut it inside, has a lot of room to work with, runs into his own guy as he falls down near the 10-yard line. He'll have enough to move the chains.
Yeah, good running that time. He was trying to get outside to the left, but that Aiden Young kind of turned him back to the inside, and he read it well, and good job getting upfield. So very quick feet for the young quarterback.
Well, he went down at the 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. I guess he's on the 14-yard line, not the 15, but this point, that yard, I guess, is important, but a moot point of sorts. They'll run it up the middle, short gain on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, that time Griggs shed his blocker and came inside, so just running right up the middle. Just a dive play off center guard.
So 7:11 left to go here. 2nd and 8 for Blair Oaks. Would say this ball game has ground to a halt here, but the clock continuing to roll.
Yep, and hats off to Blair Oaks. They're making take as much time as possible.
Give it off to Edler there. He spun around, but still does get a little bit of positive, maybe a half yard. It'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, and for Blair Oaks, it's good to get their backup some playing time in for years to come, so they can be as good, their best next year, and the year after, and the year after.
So this will bring up a 3rd and 8 for Blair Oaks. Burr again in shotgun formation. You have 3 receivers near side, 2 up top, and somebody jumped off sides for Southern Boone, so now that'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah.
So we'll walk forward 5 yards.
If you're a defender, you just kind of maybe try to peek up to the play clock. You know they're not going to snap it at 5. They're going to snap it at 1 or 0, which they've done most of these plays on this drive.
So 3rd and 3 now. 6 minutes to go. We're halfway through this final quarter of play. As keeping it himself up the middle is Burr. He'll be taken down a couple yards shy of the goal line, but it will be a new set of downs.
Yeah, just fake the handoff to his running back, doing that little motion back to the backfield, and did a good job of getting low and getting as far as he could. So, again, low center of gravity, being a shorter player than backs.
PA guy just said his first name was Bill, but B-E-A-U for sure is Bo, not Bill.
Yeah. Well, you know those announcers sometimes make mistakes.
We'll say B. Burr. Burr will keep it himself. He'll take it up the middle. He'll be in there for a 3-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he just rode the fake, running back faking, running to the left. Did a good job. He saw a big hole developing. Held on to it for a little split second longer than usual. And just straight up the gut for the touchdown.
So that will put another 6 points on the board for the Falcons. It's now good snap, places down. Laughlin's kick is good. It's a 66-0 score. Laughlin's going to have to ice his leg for the next week,
doubt.
I think, because
no doubt.
He's kicked like 1,000 yards here today.
Yep. Let's see, 66 points. That's what? 9 touchdowns plus the field goal plus about 11 kickoffs or so. So, yeah, he's going to have to ice that leg down, get some rest. But, yeah, nice kicker.
We know he's got a strong leg because
he's got a good leg. Yeah.
He does a lot of kicking.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens here. We haven't had a kickoff return for a touchdown yet this season, something that's we usually have usually once if not twice throughout the year.
Laughlin will have it teed up at his own 40. He'll approach it. He'll boot it. Sidewinding kick. Will take a bounce at the 10. Talley will spin around at the 5 and get it as he will be taken down near the 10. So deep hole here for Southern Boone to work out of.
Perfect kick that time. Is so close to going out of bounds, but the return man's like, well, I better pick it up. It's not quite out of bounds. Is it not quite close enough? So, again, great return coverage by the Blair Oaks Falcons. Oh, the kicker gets to play some linebacker now. Good for him.
I think he's deserved that.
He deserves it, yeah.
So Southern Boone will have it at their own 10-yard line. They'll pass it out to the far side. That is Talley's spin move. He'll be down near the line of scrimmage. I believe we've got a new quarterback in there for Southern Boone as well. Is that Eddie Denton?
14.
Sorry, Denton Eddie.
Yeah, it's been Eddie the last 5 or 6 games as a backup. Salter started as a backup early. I believe.
Denton Eddy, the freshman.
Yep.
So he'll be out there. Under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Actually say that pass was for a loss of 2 yards, so it'll be bring up maybe a loss of 1.5 yards. 2nd and long inside the 10. Eddy will get it. He'll roll here to the near side. He's going to throw it up, and it will be incomplete. Had some pressure there in his face.
Yeah, pressure still, even with the backups in. I like this, getting your backups, your younger players, some snaps, because sometime next year you're going to need them in a tight spot. So you want to make sure that they have a little bit fewer butterflies than normal by having already played in a live game, live varsity game against, in this case, the Blair Oaks Falcons, the best team in the area.
So clock rolling, 3 minutes to go here in the season. They'll send a man in motion. They will give it to him as he's trying to work it across the field, and he will lose yardage, and I think the ball came out, but they say he was down first.
Yeah.
He'll be down at the 5.
He did a good job avoiding the first tackler to, instead of losing 7, he only lost 5 or 3 or 4. All right, so looks like we're at the run our punt team out there. We got 11 out there.
Looks like it. So it'll be 4th and a whole lot, 4th and 14 at the 5-yard line. No room for error here as Palmer standing at the back of his goal. Good punt there, gets a Southern Boone roll. There's a flag down as return man takes it across.
That's a weird spot.
That's Weber.
Did he do a fair catch or something? Or?
Oh, no, I thought it was a flag. It was it's the marker for where they started the return.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
They have, I don't know if it's just this crew or just crews it. Well, there is a flag back there at the 5.
Oh, that's a bag. That's going to be holding. Oh, against the defense.
Holding on the defense. So I don't know if that's a shift of MSHSAA / all referee or all officials of going from the blue or the black bag to the orange one, but it is a whole lot easier to see.
Yeah.
Until we think it's a flag.
Yeah. Well, I'm not allowed to choose colors in my house, so orange, yellow. Is there a difference?
I mean, it's going to take a minute to get used to it, but I do have to say I think I do like it better.
Yeah.
Because it is easier to see.
All I know is I was watching an older game from decades ago, and the referees had white pants on, and I'm telling you what, black pants are much more flattering on the referees than those white pants were.
Well, in a lot of them, too, like in baseball, they have to wear black anything they wear underneath their pants, I think the right way to word this.
Yeah,
anything
gotcha.
underneath their pants has to be
sense.
black, so if they split their pants,
if
they split their pants.
All right, we've got a backup quarterback, number 10 for the Falcons. He's just doing the victory formation, so looks like our scoring might be done for the game. Number 12 is?
That is Hudson Meldrum.
Or 10.
Hudson Meldrum.
10?
Yep.
All right. Is he freshman as well?
He is a sophomore.
Sophomore.
5'7", 115-pounder.
115.
So he lost about 20 pounds there.
115. I don't know when I was last 115.
So he'll take a snap and take a knee. Clock will continue to roll here. So potentially, if they take enough time off here, they don't get in a big hurry to wind it, they wouldn't have to snap it again, which I think is what they're trying to do. 51 on the game clock. Continuing to wind down as
teams on the sidelines are getting ready for the all-exciting 50-yard handshake with the other team.
So they will snap it. Meldrum will take a knee.
And that'll be it.
We will not have to have another snap as there's about a 5-second difference there.
Good job on the math there.
Yeah, 5-second difference. So clock will continue to roll down here. as our ball game will be final here shortly, 10 on the clock, as Southern Boone's season will come to an end here at Wardsville at the hands of the Blair Oaks Falcons, as that will do it as the clock says quadruple zeros as your final, Blair Oaks 66 and the Southern Boone Eagles nothing. As we will take a quick break and get into our post-game show. As you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Southern Boone County football here on the home of the Eagles, the Show Me Sports Network.
Inspection is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Pound for pound with the Falcons. We knew coming in that Southern Boone was banged up. That can also be said for Blair Oaks as well. As we reach that time of the season, that a lot of these lingering issues seem like they jump up and start to bite the players. Unfortunately, like we said, the season comes to an end here as Blair Oaks on top 66-0 over Southern Boone. Southern Boone will finish their season with a 6-5 mark overall, and for Blair Oaks, they move to 9-1 overall on their mark for the year. Post-game will be a little different here tonight because of the tradition for Southern Boone, where all the seniors will line up, and they will be greeted by all their fellow players. As hold the phone, though. Do I see over there that Athletic Director Trent Tracy has pants on?
Pants? Oh, he's getting soft in his old age.
we were talking about that earlier, that I'm surprised to see that he's got pants on.
I mean,
so
usually it's a bit cooler. Yeah, it's a great tradition that started under Coach Tracy at some point. Not sure exactly when, but I got to be a part of it, as a father of a son that played, and very emotional time. So basically every younger player, or the seniors line up, and all the younger players then go by one, and lots of hugs, lots of tears, and lots of, some wisecracks, from time to time. But certainly it's a nice history that the Southern Brew program has. Sometimes they'll do it in the locker room. Sometimes they do it on the field, just whatever they feel is comfortable. With the number of players they have this year, they'll probably do it on the field, and also the weather.
Absolutely.
It's nicer there as well.
That will preempt us from talking to head coach Mark Ross, as he'll be down there talking to the team and to the players. And so I talked to him before the game and said, I appreciate you coming up each week and talking to us after the game and doing all the things that you do and doing our pregame conversations and all that as well. But definitely tonight, as much as I would like him to come up and chat with us, he needs to be down there for the team talking to the players. That was if we don't see history made with an upset to Blair Oaks, but if we do drop the game, that I certainly like to talk to him, but I think tonight it is A-okay for him to spend the time with the team. And always kind of a sombering moment, just as much as it's over for the players, it's over for us too.
Yeah, get our, I guess I got to find something else to do on a Friday night.
I know. Well, we'll take a look at your scoring summary here. As it was all Blair Oaks. That's the end of the scoring summary. They scored 66 points. But the breakdown of that, they got things started off in the first quarter on a 5-yard touchdown run by Edler. PAT was good by Laughlin. It was a 5-play, 53-yard drive that came with 9:47 left in the first. That made it a 7-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. It was scored again on a 26-yard touchdown run. The PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 26-yard run by Verslois. It was a 5-play, 64-yard drive that came with 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. That was a 14-0 score. Blair Oaks would score again, 42-yard touchdown pass from Bax to Halford. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 3-play, 42-yard drive with 3:24 left to go in the first quarter. That made it 21-0 score. That score would take us through to the end of the first quarter. Then the Falcons would score on a 17-yard touchdown pass from backs to Halford. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was an 8-play, 67-yard drive. Came with 11:49 left to go in the first half. That was 28-0 score. Then it would score on a 2-yard touchdown run by Versaluz. The PAT by Laughlin was good. 10-play, 64-yard drive. The game was 7:51 left before halftime. That was 35-0. Falcons have scored a 2-yard touchdown run by Edler. PAT by Laughlin. 5-play, 46-yard drive with 6:09 left before halftime. That made it a 42-0 score. They would score one more time in the first half on a 47-yard touchdown pass from backs to Engelbrecht. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 2-play, 47-yard drive with 3:17 left before halftime. That made it a 49-0 score in favor of Blair Oaks. That would take us through half. Then they would score on a 4-yard touchdown pass from backs to Engelbrecht. PAT by Laughlin was good. That was a 7-play, 61-yard drive with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. That made it 56-0. Then Laughlin would hit a 43-yard field goal with 2 minutes left in the third. That made it a 59-0 score for Blair Oaks. That score would take us through to the end of the third quarter. Blair Oaks would score one more time, this time on a 2-yard touchdown run by Burke.
Rockbridge over St. Dominic, the Crusaders, 28-14. Let's see. Tolton finally did turn up the scoreboard a little bit. They won 37-20 over the Panthers of Centralia. Let's see. Lebanon all over the Capital City. They won 44-24, but still a pretty good season for Capital City with a young program. Harrisburg beat Fayette 16-6. Mexico finally their luck ended. Good luck ended. No idea where Archie is.
Southwest Missouri.
I need to get out more. It looks like most of the scores in the area. Osage is losing 35-7 to Warrenton in the fourth quarter. And that should be most of the scores of games of interest. I need to get an Odessa score. Odessa's up 21. Well, that's still showing halftime. They haven't updated that for a while. And then Dexter, let's see if we got an update score on them. Dexter 42-20 in the fourth quarter over at Fredericktown. You got the Bearcats beating the Black Cats. So
I don't know if I've ever heard a team called the Black Cats.
I was thinking the same thing. Is a Black Cat, is that a real cat?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So
it's different. I don't say I don't like, it's not that I dislike it, but it's definitely different.
I like different. I always like the Lakers as well, not because I went there, but because it's a little different,
And the Zizzers.
The Zizzers, I love the Zizzers of West Plains. So, West Plains is a pretty good program now. So, before it passes me by in my mind, I'd like to thank everyone who watches and listens to us call these games. Being an older gentleman with some gray showing on his face, too old to play anymore, too old to, don't have the time to coach. I do miss coaching, but it's a great way to still stay with the game and to be in the game and to feel like, I can be part of the game. And I enjoy watching these young men play, talking to the coaches and just listening to why they do the strategy they do and, what they do to kind of get more players out there. Like I said, the program, I think the biggest step for the program this year has been the sheer numbers. This is by far the most numbers we've seen for Southern Boone for quite some time, maybe ever. And just a good job by the coaches to develop a relationship with the players. Two players that contributed a lot this year, Tanner Shelton and Piper, both basically came from just having good working relationships with the coaches to finally they decided to come out, and both were phenomenal contributors. And hopefully other people could see that. And what I love about football and what they got going now, we got probably 20 kids, young men that are starting now. You don't get that in any other sport, maybe track. But as far as any other team sport, to have 20 starters, that's phenomenal. And I think they show as well, too, that if you are good enough, you're going to get some playing time. So, it's a sport where you can have 35 to 40 people playing a significant playing time week to week, and you don't get that in other sports. So that's why one of the reasons why I believe that football is by far the best sport.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, and it's obviously I'm a football guy. I love all sports, but certainly I think football is definitely among the top there, and just like the players, I mean, we'll kind of be a little bit of a loss for a few days trying to just figure out what to do after the season, but we'll get right back into basketball and other things here shortly. But, I echo exactly what you said.
Well,
I appreciate
I got a meal plan for Fridays now.
right.
I don't get my tailgate special during
right.
the home game, so now I'm going to have to figure out what to make for dinner on Friday nights.
Well, I appreciate each and every one of you that has tuned in all season long, and you've shared our stuff. You've watched us. You've shared it. You've subscribed to the channel.
And most importantly, they've been very kind,
Absolutely.
not being too critical of the things I say and the mistakes I make, so I appreciate that as well.
And definitely don't be a stranger if you see us out and about. Be sure and say hello. And obviously, I just asked, don't do it while we're on the air or on a broadcast. That's a little difficult. But any other time, please feel free to stop and introduce yourself and let us know that you're tuned in. And like we said, we'll take a little bit of short time off, then get right back in for basketball. But I truly appreciate it, each and every one of you that tuned in week in and week out to us, those of you that go back and watch the archive games and all of those things. Particularly appreciate those of you, too, that were willing to spend the $10 on the pay-per-view here for postseason play. Again, not our rules. That's a Misha rule, but
you
they're
did
nice
get a
enough.
whopping, $1.60.
The best broadcast we can each and every week, and we're going to I know we're going to spend a little bit of time here through basketball season upgrading some equipment and getting some things so that we can give you an even better broadcast here on the Show Me Sports Network. But like we said, unfortunately,
Don't get rid of that little small computer with a broken screen.
Yeah,
Gotta keep
it has served its time very well. So one of the computers we use, it's had a hard life. It's fallen down a flight of stairs. It's fallen off a table during the broadcast. It's been hit by a softball. It's but you know what? It just keeps in this Class 3 District 4 semifinals round as they fall 66-0 to the Falcons. But that will do it for our broadcast. As for the Show Me Sports Network, I'm Mike Friesen, Blake Gasaway. Until we talk to you on our next broadcast, so long and have a great rest of your evening.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Southern Boone County Eagles football. The show
Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.